you want it, come and get it. Say you want it, come and get it. Moving slow, moving steady, sending shots. Are you ready?
Yeah. Hey man, I'm live.
The shit I did for them, they don't see it as a lie. They don't wanna see me when they wanna see me in the spot. If the feds come, I'm running with weed in my sock. People want me to quit rapping, yeah, I hear that shit a lot. Until I fall, you know, I'm not gonna stop. I ain't wanna drop this bitch, I just feel I had a job. I be grinding in the stew, I'm sweating, nigga, I be hot. I been on that rapping shit, I just kicked it up a notch. Ain't nobody stepping on me when you come correct. I'm a boss, I'm a don, I ain't nothing like the rest. Tell me I'm the chosen one, don't tell me I could be up next. I just be like, what the fuck, I'm just looking like what's next. I don't need to fuck a rep, just show you what I'm about. I can never be broke, I'ma get it without a doubt. Niggas playing with their life, they really do this shit for clout. Niggas stepping in my lane, I need to take a different route. I'm not stupid, I'm just acting, I can see what you see. You say that, you my dog, you gotta show me what you mean. Got the vision like two lines and a dot in between. Gotta open up your eyes and go and fucking chase your dreams. The shit I did for them, they don't see it as a lot. They don't wanna see me when they wanna see me in the spot. If the feds come, I'm running with weed in my sock. People want me to quit rapping, yeah, I hear that shit a lot. Until I fall, you know, I'm not gonna stop. I ain't wanna drop this bitch, I just feel I had a job. I be grinding in the stew, I'm sweating, nigga, I be hot. I been on that rapping shit, I just kicked it up a notch.
Had to get it for all the times I was struggling.
It's a lie, they don't wanna see me when they wanna see me in the box. If the feds come, I'm running with weed in my sock. People want me to quit rapping, yeah, I hear that shit a lot. Until I fall, you know, I'm not gonna stop. I ain't wanna drop this bitch, I just feel I had a job. I be grinding in the stew, I'm sweating, nigga, I be hot. I been on that rapping shit, I just kicked it up a notch. Ain't nobody stepping on me when you come correct. I'm a boss, I'm a don, I ain't nothing like the rest. Don't tell me I'm the chosen one, don't tell me I could be up next. I just be like, what the fuck, I'm just looking like what's next. I don't need to fuck a rep, just show you what I'm about. I can never be broke, I'ma get it without a doubt. Niggas playing with their life, they really do this shit for clout. Niggas stepping in my lane, I need to take a different route. I'm not stupid, I'm just acting, I can see what you see. You say that, you my dog, you gotta show me what you mean. The shit I did for them, they don't see it as a lie. They don't wanna see me when they wanna see me in the box. If the feds come, I'm running with weed in my sock. People want me to quit rapping, yeah, I hear that shit a lot. Until I fall, you know, I'm not gonna stop. I ain't wanna drop this bitch, I just feel I had a job. I be grinding in the stew, I'm sweating, nigga, I be hot. I been on that rapping shit, I just kicked it up a notch. Ain't nobody stepping on me when you come correct. I'm a boss, I'm a don, I ain't nothing like the rest. Don't tell me I'm the chosen one, don't tell me I could be up next. I just be like, what the fuck, I'm just looking like what's next. I don't need to fuck a rep, just show you what I'm about. I can never be broke, I'ma get it without a doubt. Niggas playing with their life, they really do this shit for clout. Niggas stepping in my lane, I need to take a different route. I'm not stupid, I'm just acting, I can see what you see. You say that, you my dog, you gotta show me what you mean. Got the vision like two lines and a dot in between. Gotta open up your eyes and go and fucking chase your dreams. The shit I did for them, they don't see it as a lot. They don't wanna see me when they wanna see me in the box. If the feds come, I'm running with weed in my sock. People want me to quit rapping, yeah, I hear that shit a lot. Until I fall, you know, I'm not gonna stop. I ain't wanna drop this bitch, I just feel I had a job. I be grinding in the stew, I'm sweating, nigga, I be hot. I been on that rapping shit, I just kicked it up a notch.
Had to get it in for all the times I was struggling. Had to bubble jit, get crazy on that other shit. Shout out to my brother, yeah, you ain't really stepping shit. You just talk a lot of shit, I just flip another pack. Serving like a pizza man, I just won a lot of band. I might hit the lottery, make mama proud of me. Since a jet, I disappointed, gotta conquer my opponent. Say you want it, come and get it. Say you want it, come and
Hey man, shout out to my dog
The shit I did for them, they don't see
PGU
it as a lot. They don't wanna see
and my
me
dog
when they
Luke
wanna
Bunchy
see
for
me in the
dropping
spot.
this
If the
song,
feds
man.
come, I'm
Blessing y'all
running with
ears.
weed in my sock. People want me to quit rapping, yeah, I hear that shit a lot. Until I fall, you know, I'm not
Make
gonna
sure if y'all
stop. I
enjoying
ain't
these
wanna drop
live
this bitch, I
streams, man,
just try, I
y'all
had
keep
to try.
tuning
I be
in.
grinding in the store,
This is just the
sweating, nigga,
start,
I be
man.
high. I been on that rapping shit, I
I
just
just
kicked it
kicked
up
it
a
up a
notch.
notch. Had to get struggling. Had to bullshit, getting crazy on that other shit. Shout out to my brother, yeah, he was really stepping shit. You just talk a lot of shit. I just flipped another pack, serving like the piece of man. I just won a lot of bets. I might hit the lottery. Made mama proud of me. Since the Jedi disappointed, gotta come for my opponent. Say you want to come and get it. Moving slow, moving steady. Shin shots, are you ready? Come and get it. Hey, we gonna get some people a little bit more time to roll in. And we gonna get started. We gonna get started.
Yo, Elay, you counting up. RCB's on the fucking track.
I remember I was out here running in the cold. Those long nights out here sleeping in the cold. I had a couple of niggas that helped me through it all. Shout out to all of my niggas that wake up and they ball. I was playing that first, then I started taking off. I was writing my lyrics in the back of Uber's car. I was running, getting to that money in the dark. We grew up in the struggle, it was very hard. Scare that shit up, back it up, I had to set a shot. At the end of the day, I had to go re-up. Call the plug up and tell him I need another pack. Roll running till the wrist, I was busting my ass. Bet they love it, I move it, I got to get this cash. And I was doing this shit right behind my mama back. When she found out she ain't care cause I was getting the bag. I ain't stopping, I'm running, filling up that sack. I'm rapping about my life, that's my peace of mind. I had to get her, go get it, can't get a peace of mind. Ain't nobody really care, they know that I'm gon' shine. So they stick around just to see the light. I already died, this is a different life. My circle was big, I had to minimize. Cut the snakes off right before they bite. Tell some real niggas to see it. My dreams talking to me saying, catch me if you can. I'm running from my past, screaming, catch me if you can. These junkies at my window serving for a couple grands. I remember Papa thinking I was rapping off a hand. I lost my old man back in 22. I can't believe he was gone before I turned 12. I bet you if he was around, I would've stepped in jail. So much demons, you ain't see me running back from hell. I seen all the paths that you tried to show me. I feel like it's you, them shadows tried to show me. I see the light, I see the real. My third eye open, was in the dark, now it's shining. Was I chosen? You passed away, now I'm almost struggling. I couldn't do shit then, but now I'm hustling. I pray to God that we don't see the dark again. There's a message in this song, are you listening?
Alright, y'all. About to get into this.
This is Ice-T.
Stone Cold Steve Austin and Matty Ice.
We're about to get into the first video. Alright. Just like in the beginning, we're going to learn how to say the numbers first. We're going to learn how to count in Spanish first. That's the first goal. Shout out to Butterfly Spanish.
I started investing in real estate with $3,000 that I borrowed from my mother.
Hola, welcome to Butterfly Spanish. Me llamo Ana.
Make sure you're listening. Me llamo Ron. Me llamo Ron.
And in today's lesson, you'll learn to talk about numbers. Okay, well, this lesson is important for 4 reasons, maybe more. First, you can give your phone number. You can ask a phone number. You can give your address. You can ask for an address. You can talk about money. And you can ask how much is it, maybe if you're on vacation. Okay, so let's get started. There's probably, I'm going to divide my lesson in 4 parts. Okay, first we're going to go from 1 to 10, then from 11 to 19, from 20 to 29, and then from 30 to 99. Okay, this is going to be our lesson. After, we're going to go through some useful questions and answers in which you can use your knowledge about numbers. Okay, so let's get started.
Thank
First
you.
of all,
Gracias,
let's go
amiga.
here. So, 1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5,
5,
6,
6,
7,
7,
8,
8, 8,
9,
9,
10.
10.
Now we're gonna go 11 to 19.
Okay, let's get ready.
Okay? So, 11,
11,
12,
12,
13,
13,
14,
14, 14,
15,
15,
16,
16,
17,
17,
18,
18,
19.
19.
Okay? So now, we're gonna go 20 to 20 now. 29. And this is going to be very easy.
Okay.
Because it is 20, then you'll memorize
20, 20,
okay? So, from 1 to 20,
20,
de una a 20,
20,
memorize them. And then you go like 20,
20,
1,
21,
22,
22,
23,
23,
24,
25,
25,
26,
26, 27,
27,
28,
28,
y 29.
and
Okay, if you see,
29.
they have the same root, the same beginning.
We gotta look at how to pronounce B. So the rather V sounds like B. So bang. Bang.
20, 20, 20, 20,
21,
and then you just
22,
attach
20,
from 1 to 9.
23,
write it
24,
all together.
25,
Okay? Now,
26,
even easier,
27.
from 30 to 99. You don't even have to put all together. You just have to attach words. Okay? So
Okay.
it's 30,
30,
40,
40,
50,
50,
60,
60,
70,
70,
80,
80, 80,
90.
90,
Okay?
30, 40,
You can attach the next number.
31,
30,
30,
Y,
Y,
Y. Remember,
Y.
if you go through my lesson about the alphabet, you'll learn this Y. 30,
30 y
uno,
1,
32,
32,
33,
33,
34, y so on.
34.
So that means from 30 to 90, you're going to
Amiga, go back.
from 30 to 99.
Okay, let's do this
You don't
again.
even have to put all together. You just have to attach
Attach
words.
the words.
Okay?
So,
it's 30,
30,
30, 40,
40,
50,
50,
60,
60,
70,
70,
80,
80,
80,
80,
90.
90,
Okay?
90,
And
90.
you can attach
So,
the next.
30, 40. Hold on, y'all. We gotta go back. How she say 40?
And then 99.
Hold up.
You don't even have to put all together. Words. It's 30,
30,
40,
40, 40, 40, 40, 43, 43, 40, 40, 43, 43, 43, 40, 40, 43,
40,
40, 40, 40,
40,
40. Hold up.
50,
No, not 50. 40,
40,
40,
50,
30, 40,
40,
40,
50,
50,
60,
60. So 30, 40, 50. Hold up, everybody, hey, hold up. 30, 40, 50. Okay, 31, 41, 40, 40, 40, 41, 41.
70,
Okay,
it's
we got
30,
it. We got it now. 30, 40, 50.
30, 40, 50,
50.
60,
Okay, 30, 40, 50, 60,
70,
70,
80,
80,
80,
80,
90.
90.
Okay?
Okay,
And
one more time.
set.
One more time.
You just have to attach
One more
words.
time. Let's go back again.
Okay?
One more time.
It's 30,
30,
30, 40,
40,
50,
50,
60,
60,
70,
70,
80,
80.
80,
Okay, so 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Hold up.
80, 70,
70, 70, 70, 70,
80, 80,
se-
80, 70,
70,
80,
80,
80,
80,
90.
90.
Okay?
Okay.
And you can attach
30,
next number.
40, 50, 31,
Y.
Y.
Remember, if you go to my lesson about the alphabet, you'll learn.
We gotta go to her lesson about the alphabet.
30,
30 y 1,
32,
32, 33,
34, and so on. So that means from 30 to 90, you're going to attach
Y
the word, the
uno.
letter E. You're going to attach the letter E, and then one of the numbers you need from 1
to
to
10.
9. Okay? And
Oh,
these
to
are
9.
separate words. 60
61, 8. 68, 68.
28.
70
Together, from 20 to 29,
is just
separate. From
separate.
30 to 99.
So 30 to 99.
Now, why is this useful to you? Okay, well.
So let's go right here. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 39, no, 37, 38, 39, 33. No, 30, 9, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 40 y... No. 50. Y 1, 52, 53, 59, 50. No. 53, 54, 50 y 5, 56, 57, 58, 59, 50. No. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. Oh, wait a minute. 70, 70.
These numbers. The alphabet 30, 90, 50, 60,
60,
70,
60,
70,
70,
80,
80, 80. So 70. Wait a minute. Because those two kind of sound alike. 50,
60,
60,
70,
70. So 60 is 60, 60. Okay, 6 and 60, 60, 60.
60,
No, 60. So 68. 60, 60, 60, 60. So 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 30 y 10, 42, 1, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 9, 51, 60. Wait a minute. 50. No, oh yeah. 51, 52, 53, 50, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. Okay? Let's start over again. Alright. Let's go. We gonna do, hold up. And I want to record this. Hey, let's go. We're going to do 30 to 100 right now. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 40 y 7, 48, 49, 60 y 1, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 90, 91, 92, 93, 90, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. ¡Oh! 70, 72, 73, 70. And let's go. We're going to do 30 to 100 right now. 31, 32, 30. Yeah. I know y'all surprised. I'm like that. I'm like that, y'all. I'm like that. I'm like that. 31, 43, 40, no, 50 y 1, 50, 60, 60, 60, 70, 60, 60, okay, 60 is 60, 70 is 70. 32, 33, 34, and let's go. We go. Hold up.
Setenta,
70, 60,
80,
80, 80,
90.
90.
Okay? And you can attach the next number, the decimal.
And let's go. We're going to do
30
right now.
y
30 y.
Remember, if you go through my lesson about the alphabet, you'll learn this y.
Y 30 y 1.
32,
32,
33,
33,
34, and so on.
34,
So that means
51,
from 30 to 90,
60,
you're going to attach
70.
the word, the letter E. You're going to attach letter E, and then one of the numbers you need from 1 to 9. Okay? And these are separate words.
40, 50, 61.
But 8 y 60
60,
60
60,
y
60,
8.
60, 70, 60, 60, 68, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 63. Oh, let's do it with my eyes closed since I think I'm capping. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 65. No, I messed up. 61, 62, 60, 60, 60, 60. Oh, 60, 60, 60. 60. Oh, 60, 60, 60, 60. 61, 62, 63, 64. Ok. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 60 67, 68, 69, 70. Y 1, 70 y 70 y 2, 70 y 3, 60 y cuarto, 60. Okay, start over from 30. Let's go. 31, 33 y 2, 33, 30 y cuarto, 35, 33. All right. I'm about to make a TikTok, y'all. Hold up, I'm about to make a TikTok. I'm about to create a TikTok, y'all. Hold up. But I gotta make sure y'all believe me. Y'all not gonna believe me, bro. Y'all gonna think I'm captain to y'all. Hold up. I'm gonna tie something across my face. So y'all can know. Okay. Okay, y'all ready? I gotta make sure. Okay, hold up. So y'all don't think I'm capping to or nothing, bro. I really cannot see nothing. Alright. Hold up. Alright, let's go. Hold up. We're gonna start with 30. And we're gonna go all the way to 100. Alright, let's go, y'all. 30 y... I messed up already. Oh, no, I did. I was good, bro. Why I start over, bro? Alright. Alright, let's go. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 50. No. 60, 61, 62, 60 y 60 y 32, 33, 30 y 60. Ah, they messed me up, bro, but I got it. 40, 41, 42, 40. Nah, that wasn't good, bro. Let's go back and do that again. Let's go back and do that again. Treinta y uno, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 60, no, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 99, no, 97, 98, 99. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59.
Learning Spanish can't wait to get any Spanish girl I want.
33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39.
I'm learning Spanish. I can't wait to get any Spanish girl I want.
33, 34. Hello?
Right.
Yeah.
the next number, the decimal. 30 y 299. Okay? Now, why is this useful to you? Okay, well, with these numbers, if you learn these numbers, if you memorize and understand these numbers, you'll be able to ask, how much is it? ¿Cuánto cuesta? How much is it? ¿Cuánto cuesta? You answer, cuesta 5 pesos. O cuesta $2. Okay? Okay? No. O cuesta, how much is it? ¿Cuánto cuesta?
¿Cuánto
You
cuesta?
answer, cuesta 5 pesos. O cuesta $2. Okay? B. What's your telephone number? What's your phone number? ¿Cuál es
¿Cuál
tu número de teléfono? ¿Cuál es tu número de teléfono? Okay? My number is. Mi número es 416-776-2807, and so on, whatever is your number. The other useful question is, how old are you? ¿Cuántos años tienes? How old are you?
¿Cuántos años tienes?
Now, in Spanish, you'll say, I am 24 years old. I am 24 years old. In Spanish, you'll say tengo. You use the verb tengo.
Tengo.
If you don't know how to use that verb, you can also go to my other lesson on that verb and learn different ways of using that verb. Okay? Tengo 24 años. I am 24 years old.
Tengo 24
años. Now the other one is, what's your address? ¿Cuál es tu dirección? My address
¿Cuál
is.
es tu dirección?
Dirección es.
Dirección.
Mi dirección es.
Dirección.
And you put the number
Dirección.
for your address,
Dirección.
the name of the street, and you'll be able to know all these questions. Okay? Well, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please, if you like,
Check this out. So far this month alone, this business has done close to
Shout out to Peter Peru.
and
hola butterflies. Welcome to Butterfly Spanish. Me llamo Ana, and in today's lesson, we're going to learn the letters and the sounds in Spanish, which is generally called alphabet. Now, I want to call letters and sounds because I think it's more accurate to the purpose of this lesson. Okay? So the way I'm going to do it is that first I'm going to go boringly through every single letter of the Spanish alphabet, and then I'm going to go specifically to some of the letters which have more than one sound and that cause a lot of problems to people that want to learn Spanish. Okay? I'm going to give you examples, and don't forget that this lesson is part of a series. So if you're interested just in, you already know the alphabet or you know the letters, but you have some problems with some with the pronunciation of a specific letter, then just go to my playlist and look up for some of the letters you have problems. Okay? Well, let's start, and let's start from here, and we'll finish here. Of course we're going to do that. Ok. Bueno.
Bueno.
Vamos a empezar. Entonces. A.
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 De Ana.
De Ana.
B.
B.
B. De
B.
burro.
De burro.
C.
C.
C de César.
C de César.
O C de casa.
C
Two
de
sounds.
casa.
Okay, we're gonna look up for something. We're gonna talk about this
Sister.
later. Now let's finish this list.
Okay.
Okay. De.
De.
De. De.
De.
This is my
Dedo.
dedo. Dedos.
De dedo.
E de Eduardo.
E de
Eduardo.
Eduardo.
F.
F
de
de
foco. Foco is the
foco.
bulb.
F de foco.
G.
G
de
E
gato.
de gato.
Another letter. G de gato.
G de gato.
G de
G
género.
de género.
Gato.
Gato.
Género.
Género.
Let's skip this for the next list, okay? H.
H.
de historia. Oh,
H de
doesn't have a
historia.
H de
H
historia.
de historia.
Did you hear a sound? I don't.
H de historia.
I. Historia. But
H. H
de churro. You
Ch
like churro?
de
No, with
churro.
inside? Churro.
Churro.
Historia.
Historia.
We'll talk about this letter too after, okay? I.
I
I de
de
Inés.
Inés.
My name could be Inés, but no, I'm Ana.
I de Inés.
J.
J.
J de
J de Julio. Julio.
is the month. The
J
lowercase,
de Julio.
but Julio.
J.
If it's your name, Julio, maybe your name is Julio. Why not? I don't really like that name. K.
K.
K de kilo.
K
And
de
this one is
kilo.
interesting. K de kilo.
K
Because,
de
for example,
kilo.
In Mexico, we always express things by kilo, not pounds, libras, y esas cosas. Always kilo. K de
K de kilo.
Now we're going to the other side. And we start for L. L de loco o loca.
L de
Yo
loca.
estoy loca. Tú estás loco.
No,
o
tú
loca.
loco, amiga.
Doble L or L.
Ahora.
L o loca. Loco, loca. L.
L.
L de
L de loco.
o loca.
Loca. L de
Yo
la
estoy
loca.
Tú estás loco.
Tú
o loca.
estás loca, amiga.
Doble L.
Doble
L or L.
L.
Both
Doble
names, but
L.
People recognize them by both names. I like double L.
Doble L.
De lluvia.
De
Rain.
lluvia.
Rain is lluvia.
Rain is lluvia.
M de
M de mamá. M
de mamá.
M de mamá.
N
N
no.
de no.
Ñ de
N
niño.
de niño.
Well, yeah, the ñ is the second syllable, but I just didn't want to put ñoño, which is kind of a bad word. It's nerd, but I don't want to use that word. I don't like it. Ñ de niño.
N de niño.
O de
De
hola.
hola.
Babies, hola.
Hola.
Hola, pero
Hola.
hola.
Pera
When
hola.
you greet someone, you say hola.
Hola.
When you go to the beach, you see holas.
Holas.
Okay. Bueno,
Hola.
um,
Holas.
P de Pedro.
P de perro.
I like the name Pedro. Pedro.
Perro.
Q.
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 Q de queso.
Q de queso.
No queso.
queso.
You don't order empanadas de queso. You order
Empanadas de queso.
Cheese. Queso.
Queso.
And this is another letter we're going to do some research about, okay? But later. R.
R.
R de Ramón.
R de Ramón.
But R de arena.
Arena.
But doble R de perro.
De perro.
Ramón.
Arena. Perro.
Oh, this is an interesting.
Ramón. Arena.
Two interesting
Perro.
cousins, okay? Almost twin sisters. And we're going to talk about them later too. S de sol.
S de sol.
En la mañana, el sol. Okay. Sun. T de tonto.
T de tonto. Tonto.
But you're not like that. You're very smart. Tú eres muy listo.
Muy listo.
U.
Like
that.
De
huracán.
huracán.
Trick you, eh? Huracán.
Huracán. Huracán.
H. But the H is silent in Spanish.
Silent
so it doesn't have a sound. So it starts with U. Huracán.
Huracán.
This is silent.
Huracán.
Doesn't gossip, nothing. Silent. V. V de vaca.
V de vaca.
De burro.
De burro.
De vaca. Another interesting sound. W. W de Washington.
De Washington.
Now,
W de Washington.
My example is probably very bad. Washington. What does Washington have to do with Spanish language? Well, because this letter is so strange in Spanish, right? We have so few words with that letter because most of the words come from other languages. So, for example, some countries call them W, W, B double, and so on. Many names. I know it. I go for W. In Mexico,
W.
But W, B double,
B double.
In other countries, is acceptable too. They are all acceptable, okay? X.
X de
México.
México.
Again, this letter is a little bit strange.
X de México.
Words with this letter. So I decided to use Mexico because it explains very well one of the most important sounds of this X de México.
De X de México.
México se escribe con X, no con J.
México escribe J.
Y. This is an interesting character.
Y.
Y de boy.
De boy. Caray.
O yo.
Vaya.
Two sounds.
Vaya.
And we're going to talk about them later.
Vaya.
And the last one. Zeta. De
zanahoria.
Okay. Well, very well. Now we've finished with our list of letters in Spanish. Now in the next blog, we're going to go through all the ones that I have circled because those ones are different. That means in Spanish we have the 29 letters. Well, in the dictionary there are less because the double L and the che are part of the L and the H, okay, in the same entry. Now, we're finished, but now we're going to go through all the sounds that cause a lot of problems, okay? For example, if you see dedo is the mirror of its sound. The dedo, all the time, okay? But se, as I said before, could be the César or the casa.
César or casa.
Through all these sounds. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope you learned a lot. And if you have any questions, just let me know. And I'll see you with this series on pronunciation of the letter.
So A, B, C, D, Caesar, or it can be C, D, casa. So it can be casa or Caesar. D, D, dedo. E, D, Eduardo, Eduardo. F de foco. E de gato. De género. H de historia. Ch de churro. I de Inés. J de Julio. K de kilo. L de loco. L de loco. Y L doble. De Lluvia. Lluvia. M de mama. N de no. Let's keep going.
I started investing in real estate with $3,000 that I borrowed from my mother.
Hola, welcome to
Hola,
Spanish
amiga.
Me llamo Ana, and in today's lesson, we're going to learn the vowels and their sounds in Spanish. This video is part of a series, so if you haven't watched the one on letters and sounds in Spanish, please watch it first. Okay, well, let's start. So, in Spanish, tenemos cinco vocales.
Vocales.
Cinco vocales.
Cinco
And,
vocales.
very important, cinco sonidos.
Cinco sonidos.
Cinco vocales.
Cinco
sonidos.
vocales.
So I found
Cinco
maybe a funny
sonidos.
way of learning these vowels, okay? Because they are very easy. We have 5 vowels, 5 sounds, very easy. So I wrote this because it's pretty much the sound. It explains very well the sound of the vowel in Spanish. And it's used in English, and we're going to learn that way, and it's very practical. Bueno, empezamos. A como ja 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 ja.
A como ja 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 ja.
This
Ha,
is funny
ha,
because in English they use the H. In Spanish we use the J. Ha
Jota.
ha ha.
Ha 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 ha.
G G G G.
Je 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 je.
G G G.
Je je je.
He 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 he.
Hi hi hi.
O ho 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 ho.
Ho
Como
ho
Santa
ho.
Claus. Ho 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 ho.
Ho 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 ho.
U. I don't have the
U.
We should introduce it, but no, that doesn't exist. So, U as in jugo,
Jugo.
junio,
Junio.
U.
Julio.
In English, we use like
Hugo.
Okay.
Junio.
A, E,
A.
I, O,
E.
U.
I. O.
A,
U.
E,
A.
I,
I. O. U.
Very well.
A. E. I. O.
We're going to take a look to some of the important ones, and people make more mistakes with these ones. Is the I en español.
I.
Okay, because in English they say
I.
This is the I, but in Spanish the I is I. This is E.
E.
I. Now,
A.
please don't confuse
O.
these sounds. A, E, I, O, U. E, I.
A. E.
When I
I.
just
O.
started
U.
speaking Spanish in North America, they used to tell me, okay, how do you spell it? I, and I was I.
A.
Right,
E. I. O.
because in
U.
English this is I, but in Spanish this is I. I. Very important. Now this I is like the one with this word, beach. This is the I you use.
Beach.
That's the I in Spanish. I.
I.
Beach. No bitch. You know, there's a difference between this I and this
Itch.
I. Beach. beach. Now the Spanish one is this one, beach.
Beach.
E. Okay, well now you have a headache already about these vowels. Anyway, so very important. Don't mistake these
E.
vowels. E,
No.
E.
E.
Okay, very good.
E.
Now we're going to
E.
take a look to some words
A.
that have
E.
the vowels
I.
together.
O. U.
They are, for that reason, they are a little bit difficult to pronounce. We say paella, paella, I.
You come here.
Poeta,
Puerta.
poeta,
Puerta.
poeta,
Puerta.
oeta.
Poeta.
Pierna.
Pier.
This
Pi.
is a good one.
Er.
Pierna.
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 Peatón. Pedestrian.
Per.
A.
Pe.
Peatón.
Peatón.
Cuerno. Horn.
Cuerno.
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 Curioso.
Curioso.
Poeta. Ay. Paella.
Paella.
Ay.
Pai.
Poeta. Poet.
Poeta.
Poeta.
Oi.
Poeta.
Poeta.
Oeta.
Poeta. Pierna.
This is a good one. Pierna.
Pierna. I.
Pierna.
Pierna.
Peatón.
Peatón.
A. Peatón.
Peatón. Peatón. Peatón.
Cuerno. Horn.
Cuerno.
Cuerno.
Cuerno. Ue.
Curioso.
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 Ae.
Oe. Ire. Ue. Ea. Ue.
Very important. Don't confuse the and the
I.
and the a and
A.
o.
O. I. A. O.
O. See, my mouth kind of changes. A.
I. O. U.
Slowly, it's kind of closing.
A.
The first vowels are very open. A.
O. U.
Like ha ha ha.
A.
He he he. He.
O. U.
And u.
A. I. O. U.
Okay.
A. I.
I
O.
hope
U.
you enjoy this lesson.
A.
This
I.
lesson is
O.
very
U.
important. The vowels are very important in Spanish. Las vocales son muy importantes
Los
en español.
vocales
A lot
muy
of consonants, a lot of other consonants, a lot of other en español. Because muy importante, are very important in Spanish. Las vocales son muy importantes en
las vocales muy importante
español.
en español.
A lot of consonants,
Los
a lot of other
vocales
letters are going to take
muy
different
importante en
sounds
español.
depending on what vowel is following. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. This is part of a series on letters and sounds in Spanish. If you haven't
A,
watched
I, A, O,
the
U.
other lessons, please take a look at my other videos on
A, I,
sounds
A,
and
O,
letters in
U.
Spanish. And nos vemos in the next video. Adiós.
Adiós, amiga.
This is Steve. Steve is doing over $1,000 per day in his online business. This is Javier. He's doing over $10,000 per month in his online business. And this is Evan. And Evan's doing over $10,000 per day.
Hola.
Hola.
Welcome to Spanish. Me llamo Ana, and in today's
Me
lesson,
llamo
we're
Ron.
going to learn the letter and the sound of the C.
Se.
Now remember, this video is part of a series. So if you haven't watched the video on letters and sounds, please take a look at my other videos and subscribe to my channel. Now, bueno, vamos a empezar. Entonces, la C. en
La
español.
C.
Oh, I already have a headache with all these symbols, but it's pretty easy. Now, you just have to listen, understand. And if you have any
A,
questions,
E,
just
A,
send me a
O, U.
comment on my channel, and I'll reply. Bueno,
Bueno.
C could be C
C,
o K.
K.
El sonido,
C
the sound could be
or
C
K.
o
40.
Por ejemplo,
C or K.
C y A.
C y
Casa,
casa.
casa,
Casa.
house,
House. Casa.
C
C,
y E.
C y E. Cero.
Cero.
Cero. Cero.
C en I.
C y
Cielo.
cielo. C y cielo.
C
C y
o
O.
cosa.
Costa.
Cosa.
Cosa.
C
C
U.
y U.
Cuerpo. Body.
Cuerpo. Cuerpo.
¿Ok?
Cuerpo.
Casa.
Casa, cerro, cielo, costa,
House. Zero. Sky.
puerta, cuerpo,
Great.
cuerpo.
The C has
Casa,
two different
cerro,
sounds here.
cielo,
And maybe we
cosa,
can make a rule because
cuerpo.
here it sounds like a K, K,
K.
S, S, K, K, which means si la C, if the C is together with the
Oh, so
in Spanish,
CE is
I,
say,
el sonido es
K,
S,
Q,
¿correcto?
say,
If the C
C,
is with the E and the I, the sound is S.
S.
Si
If
la
it's attached to
C,
the A or
if
O,
the
is
C
K,
is together
Q,
with the A
Q.
and the O and the U,
U,
the sound is Ka.
K.
And now, what does that mean?
Say,
It means that the say
C,
is quite a tricky character. Huh?
yeah.
Seems that
Sí, amiga.
she likes to play two roles.
Casa,
One
cerro,
with her cousins,
cielo,
S and the Z, and one
S
with her
and the
other
Z.
cousins, the Q and the K.
Q and
Okay, so
the
this
K.
is one of her families, and this is the other family.
Oh.
Okay, so it's C
C
is similar to S and Z.
and
Now
Z.
listen to this. In Spain, it's different, and I don't speak like that, so I have no clue, and I cannot explain that. In Spain, they say zeta, es
Zeta,
zeta,
teta,
la
teta,
zeta,
la
S,
teta,
y la C.
la
Okay?
C.
But I am from Mexico, and I don't know those sounds. So the way I'm going to teach
Es
you
okay,
is
amiga.
C es
C
como S,
como-
Z. Por
como-
ejemplo,
como Z,
casa
casa
y casa.
y casa.
If I were in Spain, I would say
Casa.
casa y caza.
Casa
But
y
I'm not
cata.
in Spain, and I'm not from Spain, so
Casa
I cannot
y
teach you
casa.
that way. I'm sorry. I will teach you the Latin American way, which is casa y
Casa
casa. What's
y
the
casa.
difference? Oh, the difference is that this is my house. This is house, and this is hunting. Okay?
Oh.
Voy a cazar means I'm going hunting.
Bota de
Voy a mi
casara.
casa.
Voy a
Going home.
mi.
Voy a mi casa.
Voy a mi
Voy
casa.
a cazar. But if I were in Spain, I would say, voy a cazar.
Bota
But I'm not.
que taro.
Okay, stop joking. Now, the other family is
Is
the
the
Q and the
K.
K. Great, very good. And what does that mean? Well, if you want to look into these two families and get to know them, know the members, the way they work together, how close they are, and how hypocrite they are too, please look at watch my other videos that are part of this series and learn the exact way of using these letters with their sounds. Very good. Bueno, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you like this lesson, please subscribe to my channel. And remember, look at my other.
Casa, cerro, cielo, cosa, cuerpo.
My job is to make college easier because students have a lot on their plates. Like Harper.
Hola.
Hola,
Welcome to
amiga.
Organized Spanish. Me llamo Ana.
Me llamo
In
Ron.
today's lesson, vamos a aprender, we're going to learn the letter, la letra G.
La reta.
La letra G. Okay, well,
Cierto.
the letter G has different sounds depending on what is the vowel that is coming after the G. So we're gonna go first to all the combinations that we can find, and then we're gonna make some conclusions, and we're going to understand these strange characters in the Spanish alphabet. Okay? Bueno.
Yo, that boy. I forgot to read the comments. That boy is in it. Let me text Richard. I forgot to read the comments, bro. Hey, Richard was in here. I forgot to read the comments, bro. Yo, that's crazy, bro. Hold up, y'all. I gotta text this nigga Richard. Yo. Hey, bro, I'm a... Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
Don't confuse the E, E,
Hold on, y'all. We about to get back into it. I'm about to get some more people in this chat. Hold on, y'all. If you're watching this, let me know.
Don't confuse the E, and the A, O. Slowly, it's kind of slow.
Hold up.
My mouth kind of like A, O. And the A, O.
Let me make sure them boys tapping in, bro. Alright, let's go.
Vamos a empezar.
Hola,
La
amiga.
G.
La G.
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 I. A.
I. A.
Es gato.
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 G. I. E. Es Genaro.
Es.
Genaro.
Es.
En
Genaro.
es girasol.
Girasol.
G. I.
G.
O es
E.
gordo.
Gordo.
Gorda.
Gorda.
G.
G.
U es
E.
gutural.
Gutural.
Very strange word, right?
Gutural.
From your throat. Guttural.
Gutural.
G y U es gutural. But there's something funny here. A lot of the times, the letter G, the U, and another vowel makes a difference. And what is it? Let's investigate. G plus U plus E. Guerra. War. Guerra. ¿Sí? Guerra. G plus I. G plus U plus I. Guitarra.
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 Guitarra. Very good. Now, guerra, guitarra.
Guerra, guitarra. Pero.
Vergüenza. Lingüística.
Lingüística, ok.
Hola.
Hola.
Welcome to Butterfly Spanish. Me llamo Ana.
Me llamo Urán.
In today's lesson, vamos a aprender, we're going to learn
Vamos.
La letra
G.
La letra G.
La letra G.
Okay. Well,
La letra
the letter
G.
G has different sounds depending on what is the vowel that is coming after the G. So we're going to go first through all the combinations that we can find, and then we're going to make some conclusions, and we're going to understand this strange character from the Spanish alphabet. ¿Ok? Bueno, vamos a empezar. La G.
La G. G.
Y A.
A.
Es gato.
Es gato.
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 G. I. E.
G. I. Es.
Genaro.
Genaro.
G.
G.
N. I.
I.
Es
N. I.
girasol.
Girasol.
G. I.
G.
O.
I. O.
Gordo.
Gordo.
Gorda.
Gorda.
G. I. U. Es
G. I. U.
gutural.
Gutural.
Very strange word, right? Gutural from your throat. Guttural.
Gutural.
G. I. U. Es gutural.
G. I. U. But.
Something funny here.
What's funny, amiga?
A lot of the times, the letter G, the U, and another vowel makes a different sound. And what is it?
Different sound.
Let's investigate this. G
G.
plus U plus
U
E.
Plus
Guerra.
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 ¿Sí? Guerra.
Guerra.
G plus I. G plus U plus
G
I.
plus U plus
Guitarra.
I. Guitarra. Guitarra.
Guitarra.
Guitarra.
Very good. Now,
Guitarra.
Guitarra. Pero.
Vergüenza.
Lingüística.
Lingüística.
Lingüística. Vergüenza.
Vergüenza.
Pingüino.
Lingüística.
Vergüenza.
Pingüina.
Oh, qué vergüenza. Lingüística. Lingüística. Pero. Vergüenza.
Vergüenza.
Lingüística.
Lingüística. Pingüino.
Vergüenza. It's like, oh, qué vergüenza. It's like, oh, what embarrassment. Qué vergüenza.
Vergüenza.
Embarrassment.
Vergüenza.
Shame. No, shame is more pena. Vergüenza is embarrassment. Vergüenza.
Vergüenza. Lingüística.
Pingüino.
Pingüino.
Oh, it changes, eh? Well, why?
Vergüenza Lingüística.
Because the vowel U,
U.
U,
Güero, queso.
after G and after Q es guerrero.
Guerrero.
Queso. The
En
vowel
queso.
after these two
Guerrero.
letters, these two consonants,
Queso.
it's silent. It doesn't have a sound.
Guerrero.
Guerrero, queso.
Guerrero.
Oh.
Guerrero.
If you see these two funny dots, that is a diéresis. Oh,
Diéresis.
that's a good name. Diéresis.
Diéresis.
It's an R. Diéresis.
Diéresis.
Oh, then it has a sound. Vergüenza.
Vergüenza.
No
Vergüenza.
No queso.
Not queso. Queso.
Guerrero.
Guerrero.
Guerra.
Guerra.
Guitarra.
Guitarra.
Pingüino.
Pingüina. Pingüino.
Guido.
Pingüino.
Guido.
Lingüística.
So now do you understand?
Lingüística.
It's very easy. You just have to see.
Vergüenza.
It has, the U has a diéresis.
Vergüenza.
Then it has a sound. The U. But if it doesn't have a diéresis, it's silent. Silent. Guerrero. Queso.
Guerrero.
Guerra. Guitarra.
Queso.
Oh. Vergüenza.
Vergüenza. Lingüística.
Unless you see the diéresis, you don't pronounce that U.
Oh, let's hit the numbers right quick. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 58, 50 y... No, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 50 y... 10, 57, 58, 50 y... 9, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 60 y 5, 60 y 1, 62, 63, 64, 60 y 5, 60 y 10, 60 y 7, 60 y 8, 69, 69, 71, 72, 73, 74, 70, 75, 70 y 100, 70 y 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 70 y 100, 70 y 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 70 y 100, 77, 78, 70, 79, 80, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 90 y 90 y 91, 92, 93, 94, 90 y 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 97, 98, 99.
Let's review just quickly. Gato,
Gato,
Genaro, girasol,
girasol,
gordo. Gato,
gato,
Genaro,
genaro,
girasol,
girasol,
gordo.
gordo,
Gutural,
gutural,
guerra,
guerra,
guitarra,
gutara,
vergüenza,
vergüenza,
lingüística,
lingüística,
guiro.
guiro,
Do you see how,
gato,
depending on the
genero,
vowel that is following the
girasol,
letter
gordo,
the
gutara,
sound changes? This
gato,
is gato, gordo,
gordo,
gutural.
gutural,
But this
gutural,
is he.
gutural, gutural,
Very good.
gutural,
So, in this case, the
gutural,
he has a character
gutural.
if it's with a roll, if it's
Gato,
with the A,
genero,
with the O, or with the U.
genero,
Has another character if
girasol,
it's the U,
girasol,
E,
gordo,
U, and the E. And it's got a different character if it's with the E and with the E. It has different sounds. Sometimes it's a G de gato, and sometimes it's like G de genaro, que podría ser J. Here, the sound is like G, J.
Hey, homie, new music dropping soon, homie. Just wait on it. When the music videos start dropping, bro, it's gonna be crazy. I just had to take a break from rapping and run up my money right quick. Y'all boys, I'm about to go crazy.
Butterfly Spanish.
Stay
And just
tuned,
remember that
homie.
this
Stay
video is part of
tuned.
a series on letters and sounds in Spanish. So if you haven't watched
Yo, I
video on
appreciate
letters and
that, bro.
sounds,
You just
please
made my day, homie.
and I will see you in my next video. Adios.
Hey, how would you like to learn how to buy a multi-million-dollar apartment building with only $800 or $900? I had a $10 million complex under contract on Undercover Billionaire. Go to Discovery Channel. You can see it there, or you can join me for the webinar. I'll show you exactly how I structured the deal with less than the money I have in my hand, how I had a $10 million piece of real estate in the palm of my hand in control, okay? Join me for the webinar.
All right, y'all, let's go to the next lesson, BMV.
Hola. Welcome to Butterfly Spanish.
Hola, amiga.
Ana.
Me llamo
Today's
Ron.
lesson, we're going to learn the letters B and V that are in Spanish B. B, B, and V
B
are
and
in Spanish
V.
B.
B.
First, we're going to go through the names of the letters in Spanish because in different parts of Latin America, we call it with different names. We give them different names. And then we're going to go to some examples to try to understand maybe some rules that might affect the sound of these letters. And
Yo,
after,
that boy Rudely.
I'm going to read you a poem I wrote.
That boy Rudely in there, dog. That boy
a
trying
lot
to learn
of
that Espanol.
in Spanish. And so you'll be the judge and say, okay, what is the sound of those two crazy letters in Spanish?
That boy Rudely trying to get right.
Vamos a empezar. Let's start. And first, let's go with the fun names of these letters.
Let's go,
In
amiga.
English, you say B and V. If I say,
B
for
and
example,
V.
beach,
Boy
I
or
like to
beach.
go to the beach, okay?
I like to go to the
But
beach.
if I say, oh, I have a dress and it's a velvet dress, I don't
Oh.
say velvet dress.
Velvet
But
dress.
when I started learning English, I used to say I like velvet.
I like velvet.
Oh no, I like velvet. Very
Velvet.
very soft.
Oh.
In Spanish, a little bit more rough. It's B. B. See my lips? B. As in beso. A kiss is beso. Okay. Well, vamos a empezar con los nombres. First name. We call this, a lot of people call this B y V. B y V. B, V. We also call it B grande, big B. Big B and B chica. B grande.
B grande.
Y B chica.
B
Small B.
chica.
Some people also call it tall B. B alta.
B alta.
Alta, tall, B. B corta.
B
Short B,
corta.
like me, short.
B
B
corta.
alta, B corta.
B corta.
And my favorite name, and the first name I learned for these letters was the fun one. And you're going to memorize it because it's really funny. And so we call this B de burro. B de burro. And this B de vaca. So for example, if you're writing a letter and you say, oh, how do you say, for example, that town I know in Mexico is called Cuernavaca, right? Oh, how do you spell that? With B de burro or B de vaca? So you say, oh, with B de vaca, right? So burro is B as in donkey. You see, this animal is a donkey. B as in burro. This is the B as in burro. And this is the V as in vaca. B de burro, B de vaca. Do you understand now? So whenever you're writing something,
Alright, I'm sorry about that, bro.
B de burro.
Let me go back. We're gonna start the lesson.
B.
We're gonna restart the
B
lesson.
and V are in Spanish B. First, we're going to go through the names of the letters in Spanish because in different parts of Latin America, we call it with different names. We give them different names. And then we're going to go to some examples to try to understand maybe some rules that might affect the sound of these letters. And after, I'm going to read you a poem I wrote in which I used a lot of B's in Spanish. And so you'll be the judge and say, okay, what is the sound of those two crazy letters in Spanish? Well, vamos a empezar. Let's start. And first, let's go with the fun names of these letters. So, in English, you say B and V. If I say, for example, beach, I like to go to the beach. Okay?
I like to go to the beach.
But if I say, oh, I have a dress and it's a velvet
It's
dress.
a
I don't
velvet.
say velvet dress, right? But when I started learning English, I used to say, I like velvet.
I like velvet.
Oh, no, I like velvet. Very classy.
Velvet.
Soft. No? In Spanish, a little bit more rough. It's B.
Velvet.
B. See my lips? B.
Bell.
As in
Bell.
beso.
Beso.
A kiss is beso.
Beso.
Okay. Well, vamos a empezar con los nombres.
Con los nombres.
First name. We call this, a lot of people call this B
B
y V.
y V.
B y
B
V.
y V.
V.
B, V.
We also call it B grande.
B grande. Big B.
Big B and B chica.
B
B
chica.
grande, big B.
B grande.
B chica.
B
Small
chica. Small B.
Some people also call it tall B.
Tall
B
B.
alta,
B alta.
alta, tall.
B alta.
B
B
corta.
corta.
Short B. Like
Short
me,
B.
short.
Short.
B,
B
alta,
alta.
B corta.
B
But my
corta.
favorite name and the first name I learned for these letters was the fun one. And you're going to memorize it because it's really funny. And so we
What is it,
call
amiga?
B de
B
burro.
de burro.
B de burro.
B burro.
And this B,
B
de vaca. So
B
for example,
de
if you're
vaca.
if you're writing a letter and you say, oh, how do you say, for example, a town I know in Mexico is called Cuernavaca, right? Oh, how do you spell that? With B de burro or B de vaca? So you say, oh, with B de vaca.
With B de vaca.
Burro is B as in donkey. You see this?
Donkey.
Animal is a donkey. B
It's a donkey.
as in burro. This is
Burro.
B as in burro. And this is the V as in
V.
vaca.
Vaca.
B de burro.
B de burro.
B de vaca.
B de
Do you
vaca.
understand now? So whenever
Sí,
you're writing
amiga,
something,
sí,
you
yo
say, okay,
compré.
B de burro o B de vaca.
B de
So,
burro.
B de burro.
B de vaca.
Remember the B de burro y B de vaca. Well, those are the names, okay? Now, we're going to go through some words. A lot of people tell me that the sound is not the same. So, oh, I forgot to tell you. This is B as in donkey, and this is B as in vaca. Donkey es burro, y vaca es cow.
Cow.
Burro, vaca.
Burro. Vaca.
I like both. My favorite animals are burro and vaca.
Burro and vaca.
Although these probably have like derogatory meanings in Spanish. If you say, oh, es bien burro, it's like he's very donkey. It means like he's a little bit like, I don't know. He doesn't pick up things fast. Like that, yeah.
Oh.
We don't say that es bien vaca, no. We say es burro. But don't say
Es
that because
burro.
it's not nice. And you don't
Tu
want to
burro.
be mean. I don't like my students to be mean to other people. So just
No.
remember, burro, B de vaca. Okay, let's
B de
talk about
burro.
something
B
else.
de vaca.
So we're going to go now with some words, palabras. In
Parvas.
B y
B
V.
y
B de
V.
burro y B de vaca.
B de uvo o B de
A
vaca.
lot of the students tell me, I tell them, oh, I don't know how to pronounce that B and V. And I said, well, it's not V, it's B.
Is B.
And then I say, it's the same sound, it's B. And then
B.
when I'm speaking, it's like, you pronounce it differently. You said it differently. And it's like, oh, well, I don't know. I just say B. But my
B.
students keep saying, I pronounced it differently. And so then
Okay,
I
amiga.
spent many nights without sleeping and thinking, oh, why do I sound different? Why do I say, maybe I am very classy and I say B and V, but I'm not. No, I'm not very classy. So then after many nights without sleeping, then I realized, oh yeah, maybe, no, that's not true. Based on some sort of resources I checked in, my experience teaching Spanish, the sound of the B, sometimes it might depend on other factors, such as what letters are around the B. Whether or not the B is starting a word, it's within a word. It's in the beginning of the sentence. It's in the middle of the sentence. And how fast you're speaking, okay? So first we're going to review these words, and then we're going to read my epic poem. And so, for example, if I say burro,
burro,
bailarín, this is
bailarín,
besar,
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 beso,
beso, besar,
and bigote,
bigote, bigote,
okay? I'm
bigote.
starting the word with a B. So my sound is stronger. Bigote.
Bigote.
Mustache. Beso. You see
Beso.
my lips kind of close?
Bizarre.
And
Bailarín.
Beso. It's strong.
Bailarín.
But
Bailarín.
if I say it in the middle, for example, after the M, which happens a lot in Spanish, the sound might sound a little slightly softer. For example, I say cambiar.
Cambiar. Cambiar. Cambiar.
Emborracharse.
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 Embustero. You know, there's
Embustero.
Like those people, like, you don't want to be an
Embustero.
embustero. I don't want to be embustera.
Embustero.
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 Embobado. Embobado is
Embobado.
See, like you.
Embobado.
See?
Embobado. Embobado.
In your mind. Embobado.
Embobado.
Maybe you notice
Sí, amiga.
Maybe I'm not conscious of it. But if I start the word,
burro,
the
bailarín,
very strong.
bizarre, a beso, a bigato,
tongue,
a cambiar, cambiar,
my palate,
cambiar,
to go to the
emborracha.
M before the B.
Ellos digan emborracharse.
Something like cambiar.
Cambiar.
Yo me cambio.
Yo me cambio.
No, you probably
no
want to sound like that. You'll say,
no.
Yo me cambio de ropa.
Yo me cambio de ropa.
Because it's in the
Yo
middle.
me cambio de ropa.
The same happens with the B de vaca.
B de vaca.
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 La vaca.
La vaca.
Vainilla.
Vanilla.
Vainilla. I don't
Vanilla.
say vainilla.
Vanilla.
I say vainilla.
Vanilla.
Vanilla. I say vampiro.
Vampiro.
Vampire.
Vampiro.
Vampiro? No. I
no.
say vampiro.
Vampiro.
A mí me gustan los vampiros.
Me gustan los vampiros.
Tal vez no.
No. No, amiga.
Vanidad.
Vanidad.
Vanity. I'm very vain. Very
Vanidad.
Vanity. Bella.
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 I'm starting to pronounce a word, the sound is stronger. But when it's in the middle, for example, when I say convenir.
Convenir.
Because it's next to an N, this sound is softer. Convenir.
Convenir. Convenir.
My mouth, the muscles of my mouth,
convenir.
My muscles require to pronounce the N. And so it is difficult to say convenir.
Convenir.
No,
convenir.
say convenir.
Convenir. Convenir.
Convivir.
Convivir.
Envidia.
Envidia.
Enviar.
Enviar.
Envenenar.
Envenenar.
Poison someone, you know, don't do that.
Envenenar.
To poison
Envenenar.
someone. Enviar, to send. For example, envíame
un
mensaje de texto. Send me a text message.
Envíame un mensaje, un texto.
Envidia es
envidia.
Envy, not envy.
Envy. It's okay, amiga.
Convivir is like
convivir.
Together and like share the cake and the
convivir.
Party, have fun. It's convivir. Yo convivo con mis amigos.
Yo convivo con mis amigos.
Together with my friends. Convivir.
Convivir. Convenir.
Convenir. But I don't say convenir.
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 Softer.
Convenir.
where we
Convivir.
pronounced it here.
Invid.
Is this clear?
Invidia.
Maybe it is not clear.
Invinar.
If it's clear, great. If it's not clear, send me a message and subscribe to the
NBR.
channel. Now we're going to go to the next
Dinera.
example. So I wrote this because
El
I use
viento
many bees.
soplaba
So it's a very nice poem. We call it a
fuerte
poem. It's a very nice creation.
en
And I'm
viento
going to read it at a normal
soplaba.
pace, and then you will see, oh, Ana pronuncia la B y la
Ana
V
pronuncia
de manera
V
diferente.
diferente.
In a different way. These letters.
This letter.
You are the judge, because I'm going to pronounce them in a normal pace, as a native speaker would do. So, for example, el viento fuerte en el verde valle de Bonampak.
Ya, amiga. Relax. Too fast, amiga. Too fast.
In a normal pace, as a native speaker would do. So, for example, el viento
El viento soplaba fuerte en el verde valle de Bonampak.
The wind blew strongly in the green valley of Bonampak.
In the green,
Bonampak is a very
el
nice
viento
place,
soplaba
a pyramid
fuerte en el verde valle de
in
Bonampak.
Chiapas.
Los
Bailarinas
embobados gritaban y observaban las hojas del bosque que el viento barría. Okay. Los bailarinas embobadas gritaban y
Screaming, looked at the leaves of the wood that the
los
wind
bailarinas embobados gritaban
very, very romantic.
Gritaban y romántico.
Qué romántico.
Los bailarinas embobados gritaban y
Yo
bromeaba. Van las hojas del bosque que el viento para yo bromeaba.
Ana bromea mucho. Ana jokes a lot.
Yo bromeaba y besaba a bailarín. Yo bromaba y bromeaba y besaba al bailarín. Yo bromaba
al bailarín.
Yo bromeaba.
The dancer.
Oh, yo bromeaba y besaba al bailarín. Hoy.
Dancer. Al bailarín.
Yo.
The dancer.
Oh. Yo bromeaba y besaba. Yo bromeaba.
I always joke.
Yo bromeaba.
Bromea mucho.
bromeaba.
jokes a lot.
Yo bromeaba y besaba el bailarín.
I joked and kissed the dancer.
Yes, sir. Yo
bromeaba
yo bromeaba y besaba, yo bromeaba y besaba, yo, hold on. How you say that? Yo bromeaba y basiba el bailarín hoy. Yo bromeaba y basaba el bailarín.
joked.
Yo bromeaba el bromeaba.
I joke.
Yo
I
bromeaba.
always joke. Yo bromeaba. Ana bromea mucho. Ana jokes a
A
lot.
lot.
Yo
Yo
bromeaba
y basaba el bailarín.
I joked and kissed
He's
the
the
dancer.
bailarín.
Yo
Yo bromeaba y basaba.
I kissed the dancer, al bailarín.
Yo basiba el bailarín hoy.
No conviví con él. I didn't
No
really have I didn't get together with
convive
him a
con él.
lot.
No convive con él.
Uh, I was
Me daba
envious
en
and I
vida
poisoned him.
en lo en viene.
No
No
conviví
conviví
con él.
con él. Mi
That means no conviví con él is we didn't have
con
a time together.
no
Many
conviví
times.
con
Like we
él.
didn't get together many times. We didn't share different getting togethers with our friends. You know, we didn't know each other really. Es convivir. No convivir is we didn't. It's a very tricky word. No conviví con él. Okay, look at the dictionary, but it's something like I didn't get together with him a lot. I was envious and I poisoned him. That's not very nice, but I wrote it because then me daba
Me
envidia
daba
y lo
envidia
envenené. Me daba
y
envidia y lo
me daba
envenené. If you
envidia
see,
y lo
the muscles of my mouth might
me
sound
daba
a little
envidia
bit different in each word.
and
Why?
daba
Because it depends on the speed I'm using to give a speech or to read a text. It depends on whether the M or the N is next to the B or the V. And so all those factors really affect the pronunciation of the B because your tongue cannot go quickly inside your tongue and your lips like closing to pronounce the B sound. Now, I checked many sources, dictionaries, grammar books, and none of them say the sound of these words is different. They actually say the opposite. They say it's the same sound. Now, a lot of friends of mine from Latin America or students have told me, they tell me, oh, we pronounce it different. It might be the case, but if you go on vacation, if you're speaking to someone in Spanish and you pronounce it like I'm saying, B, it's not a problem. If you pronounce it V, well, I don't think I will get bothered by that. I'll be like, oh, no, that's not V, it's B, or that's not B, it's V. You see, it's very kind of, I don't know, I don't find it very, like, it's not important. The thing is, you have to be aware that the B and the V is not as strict as it is in English, that you have to say B and V. In Spanish, it's not that strict. You can say B. But if you come across saying V, nobody's going to do anything to you. Everything will be fine, I promise you. And if someone tells you something mean and complain about your pronunciation of the B in Spanish, send them to me, okay? You know what? Go and speak to my teacher, Anna, and really, like, talk to her, and you guys decide what you're going to do. Send them to me, okay? Because it's not very nice. You're making an effort by learning another language.
Sí, amiga.
The B and the B. What's the problem? What's the big deal? So,
El viento soplaba fuerte en el
everything is going to be fine. Just remember, B and B in Spanish is B. Okay?
verde
I hope it is
vale
clear.
dimon
My pronunciation is bad today. Sorry. Espero que todo haya estado claro. I hope everything was clear.
vaca
And if you have any questions,
vampiro.
send me a message.
Con Grammarly puedes escribir en inglés rápido y confiadamente. Con las
Hola.
Hola,
Me llamo
amiga.
Ana y
Me
estás
llamo
en el
Bron.
canal de español Butterfly Spanish. Welcome to Butterfly Spanish. En la clase de hoy, in today's class, we're going to learn the letters double L and Y. En español, son las letras doble L o Y y Y o Y. Muy bien. Primero, first, I'm going to give you an introduction about these letters. Then I'm going to give you some examples, algunos ejemplos aquí. Then I'm going to give you some sentences. I'm going to give you some sentences so you can practice. Then I'm going to give you some important information to understand the proper way of pronouncing these
Gracias,
letters.
amiga.
And then we're going to go through a small conversation in Spanish, so you feel more confident about your pronunciation. Well, let's do it now. Vamos a empezar. Y ahora, bueno, the letters double L o Y and Y. Yeah.
Y.
These letters in Spanish are equivalent to the English letters J and Y.
J and Y.
Now,
Inglés.
well, I just wrote this because double L and Y in Spanish have a sound that is similar to the sound you have in English when you use the letters J and Y. For example, Joe, yellow, jewelry. Okay? So these two letters in Spanish would be between these ch here, and ear. Okay? Now, do not make a mistake, for example, with the letter J, J, in español is equivalent to the letter H in English. So, for instance, if you see a word in Spanish that starts with J, for example, jitomate, the red tomato, jitomate. You would use like the English sound of the H, jitomate, as if it were written with an H. Is that clear? Now, if you see a Spanish term that starts with H, then don't forget that in Spanish the H is silent. So the equivalent in English, well, it doesn't have, because it doesn't have a sound. So when you say, for example, when I was taking English lessons, I always used to say history. I like history, right? Because in Spanish we don't pronounce it. And my professor would correct me and say history, okay? So when you see in Spanish a word that starts with H, then just dismiss it. Just don't pay attention to it. Go straight for the next vowel, okay? Now, that's what I put this in within parentheses, because this is not what the class is about, but it's important that you remember that information in order to pronounce these letters.
I will, amiga.
Well. Okay, well, double L and Y. So for example, I said that the sound of these two letters is between the J in English and the Y in English. Something, for example, I would say, hoy
está
lloviendo.
lloviendo.
Hoy
está
Today, it is
lloviendo.
Hoy
está
lloviendo.
lloviendo.
Now, this letter
Hoy está
has
lloviendo.
this sound.
Lloviendo.
The ch or the J in English.
Hoy está
and the
lloviendo.
Y, the Y in English. So it would be
lluvia.
I'm going to give you the scientific
Hoy
information
está
in just a minute.
lloviendo.
Don't get distracted.
Lloviendo.
Okay? Now, for example, I say, mi amigo, my friend,
Mi amiga, mi
Padilla
amiga,
is usually a last name. Mi amigo Padilla está triste.
mi amigo Padilla.
I'm not going to say okay many times, because a lot of my subscribers say, why do you say okay all the time? So I'll try to not to say okay. Mi amigo Padilla.
Mi amigo Padilla
I could say, está triste.
está
Padilla
triste.
is sad. This is usually a last name.
Mi amiga Padilla.
Sometimes if you hear me, you say Padilla or Padilla. Well, it's something in the middle.
Padilla.
Now, how do I explain this?
Padilla.
It is very easy. Why? Well, it is very easy because
Hoy está lloviendo.
double L, la doble L or L in Spanish. It is called, it belongs to a group of consonants, and in this group there are the double R, double R, ñ,
Double L, N,
okay.
ch.
So for example, llano,
Llano,
double L, llano,
llano,
carro. In Mexico we say carro to auto. Some other countries say auto, but carro is car.
Carro,
Caña, sugar, pechuga, chicken breast. Now, what am I saying? These unrelated words. Well, what I want to point out is the double L, the double R,
carro,
the ñ, particular to the Spanish alphabet, and the ch, like my friend Chucho. I have a friend called, his name is Alfonso, but we call it Chucho.
carro, caña.
And
me
why am I saying this
me llamo.
Words? Well, these letters, are called
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
Yeah, I know. Don't get frustrated yet. That's not very complex. Well, these scientific names, who study these
Hoy está
matters
joventa,
have given them this name, and like a freak, some freak words, some freak letters, fricativas palatales.
Fricativas.
I don't want you to remember this term, but just remember that what they are trying to say is that when you pronounce these letters, the double L, the double R, the ñ, and the ch, you want your tongue, mine is very small, but you want your tongue to touch the top of your mouth. How can I explain it? To actually touch your palate. Okay, so you want your tongue to touch the top of your mouth in the sense that it's kind of pushing your palate. So, for example, this is your tongue, and this is your palate, right? And this is your palate. When you're pronouncing these letters, then your tongue kind of rises and touches your palate. Is that clear? Now this is my face.
Have.
Okay?
Halve.
To touch the top of your palate. Muy bien.
Muy bien, amiga. Muy bien. Gracias. Fritabas.
For example, when you say I don't know, I don't know. In Spanish, you would say yo no sé.
Yo no
Sometimes you would
sé.
say only no sé.
No
But
sé.
here I'm trying to explain
Yo no sé,
the nature
amiga.
of this sound.
Yo no sé.
Yo no sé.
Yo no sé.
I don't know. Yo no quiero que
Yo
llueva.
no quiero.
I don't want it to
No,
rain.
yo no quiero.
I don't want rain today. I don't want it to rain. Yo no quiero que llueva.
Oh
Now,
my.
can you hear a difference? Yo no quiero que llueva. No, can you hear a difference? Yo no quiero que llueva.
Yo no quiero.
Yo no quiero que llueva.
Yo no quiero que llueva. Yo no quiero que llueva. Yo no quiero que helva.
Yo no quiero que llueva.
Que llueva. Oh, yo no quiero que llueva. Yo no quiero que llueva. Yo no quiero que llueva. Yo no quiero que llueva, amigo. Yo no quiero que
llueva. We're using the Y, the Y,
yo no quiero.
In the double L.
Yo no quiero que llueva. Yo no quiero que llueva.
But it's not very, like, you cannot really notice it. Because,
Yo no quiero que llueva.
It is a transition between, like, it's something, like a transition between a J in English and a
Yo
Y
no
in English.
quiero
It's
que
something that
llueva.
would provoke like j, because your tongue is trying to touch the top of your palate. Not the tip of your tongue. I'm saying the whole tongue is trying to touch that part of the palate.
Yo no quiero que llueva.
You won't.
Yo no quiero que llueva. 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 Hoy está joventa. Jovéntaro.
Muy bien.
Entonces,
el último ejemplo.
Hoy está jovéntaro.
Me gusta la villa de Tom Cruise.
Me gusta la villa de Tom Cruise. Me gusta la villa de Tom Cruise. La villa.
Pretty house in the fields.
Me gusta la villa.
Francisco Villa, for example,
Villa.
an important character in Mexico. Francisco Villa.
Villa.
What am I doing?
Me gusta la villa de.
To touch my palate.
Me gusta la villa. Me gusta la villa. Me gusta la villa. Me gusta la villa de Tom Cruise.
And repeat them as you go.
Me gusta la villa de Tom Cruise.
Difference that is not really a noticeable difference between the double L and the Y. For example, with my students, sometimes I say, a student came to me and say, mi amigo, my friend's last name, el apellido de mi amigo es Padilla.
Es Padilla.
Padilla, and I say Padilla.
Padilla. Padilla.
Like, see, you're pronouncing Padilla.
Padilla.
Like E, like with the E.
Padilla.
Like Spanish E, Padilla.
Padilla.
Like, for example, as if I were saying Io.
Io.
Io no sé.
Yo no sé.
Yo no sé. I'm saying yo no sé.
Yo no sé.
In other parts of Latin America, for example, in
Mi amo
Argentina,
Padilla.
Uruguay, they say yo no sé.
Yo no sé.
Instead of saying what I've taught you, they do this sound that is like an sh.
Yo no sé.
Well, between the
yo no sé
and E, you can produce the right
Yo
sound.
no quiero que
ver,
lluvia.
apellido,
Yo
last
no
name,
quiero
villa,
que lluvia.
villa,
Yo no
valle,
quiero que
valley, valle,
yo no quiero que yo no quiero que
I cannot
lluvia.
come up with more examples. But, well, I
Lluvia,
hope
amigo.
this was clear. And
Oye,
let's do the last
lluvia.
part, and it is a small, basic conversation, but it will help you to practice these sounds. Okay, let's start here. ¿Cómo te llamas? Suppose somebody asks you, ¿cómo te llamas? And you're like, ¿yo? You said like I, yo, or maybe him, él, or ella, she. ¿Cómo te llamas? Yo. Sí, tú. Yes, you. Sí, tú. Yo me llamo Ana Padilla.
Ana
Y
Padilla.
vivo en... Me llamo you. Sí, tú. Yo. ¿Te llamas? Or, and you're like, yo? You said like I, yo, or maybe him, él, or ella, she.
My dog Derek about to drop some heat. I couldn't go to the music video, bruh.
You, sí, tú.
But hey, bruh, that boy turning up.
Yo me llamo
Shout
Ana
out to
Padilla
D4K.
y vivo en un verde valle cerca de una villa. And
That
I
boy
live
turning
in a
up.
green valley close to a villa. Okay? And period. Dice, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Yo? Sí, tú. Yo me llamo Ana Padilla.
All right, let's go.
Cerca de un verde valle. The last part, and it is a small, basic conversation, but it will help you to practice these sounds. Okay, let's start here.
¿Cómo te amas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo
Suppose
te
somebody
llamas?
asks you, ¿cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te
And
llamas?
you're like, ¿yo?
Yo.
You said like I,
Yo.
yo, or maybe him, él, or
Él.
she.
Elia.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas? Yo.
Sí, tú.
Sí,
Yes,
tú.
you. Sí, tú.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Yo me llamo
Yo
Ana
me
Padilla.
llamo Ana
Y vivo
Padilla.
en un verde valle cerca de una villa.
Y vivo en un verde valle
Okay?
cerca
Period.
de Villa.
¿Cómo te llamas? Yo.
¿Cómo te llamo?
Sí, tú.
Yo, sí,
Yo me
tú.
llamo Ana
Yo
Padilla.
me llamo
y vivo
Ana
cerca de un
Padilla.
verde valle.
Y
vivo en un
vivo
verde
en un verde valle
I live in a green valley close to a villa. Cerca de una villa.
cerca de
Muy bien.
una villa. ¿Cómo te llamas? Yo, sí, tú. Me llamo Ana Padilla. Y vivo en un verde valle. No.
Cerca de un y vivo cerca de un sí, tú. Yo me llamo Ana Padilla.
Yo me llamo Ana Padilla.
Cerca de un verde valle.
Y
vivo en un verde valle. Me llamo tú. Yo me
llamo Ron Padilla.
De un verde valle. Yo.
Yo.
Tú. Yo me llamo
Ron.
Cerca de un verde
Y vivo en un
valle.
verde y valle. ¿Cómo te llamas? Let's practice, bro. ¿Cómo te llamas? Yo, sí, tú. Yo me llamo Ron y vivo en un verde valle cerca de una villa.
No. Vivo en un verde valle. And so he said, ¿cómo te llamas?
In
Yo.
un verde
Sí, tú.
valle.
Yo me.
Oh, that's why. That's why it's J. ¿Cómo te llamas? Yo. Sí, tú. Yo me llamo Ron. Y vivo en un verde valle cerca de una villa. Jay, ¿cómo te llamas? Yo, sí, tú. Yo me llamo Ron y vivo en un verde valle cerca de una villa. Jay, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Yo, sí, tú. Yo me llamo Ron. ¿Cómo te llamas? Yo. Light word.
Me llamo Ana Padilla y vivo cerca de un verde
Y
valle.
vivo en un verde valle cerca de
I
uno
live in a green valley close to a
valle,
villa. Cerca de una
valle
villa.
cerca de uno
Bien.
villa.
Entonces,
Bella,
saying yo, you can say
bella,
yo.
bella.
You asking me. I hope with your
Y
features
vivo en un verde
face, you
valle
can do it as I am doing it.
cerca de uno valle.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this lesson and
First apartment I ever rented looks similar to this.
hola. Welcome
Hola.
to Butterfly Spanish. Me llamo Ana.
Me llamo Ron.
And in today's lesson, I'm going to teach you everything, or almost everything, because sometimes I forget, because I get distracted. Some birds cross here, and I get distracted. So I will teach you almost everything about the age in Spanish. I will give you all the secrets, the gossip, the adventures, the history, and everything you need to know about this strange letter in Spanish. Let me start with the secret. Well, first I'm going to tell you the secrets, and then I'm going to give you two scenarios so you can distinguish the pronunciation and the sound. And then we're going to go through our list of vocabulary so you know how to pronounce it. And at the end, I will give you some tricks as usual and some examples and some good expressions to use this letter. Very well. Well, my secret is, it's actually not a secret, but the H in Spanish, la H del alfabeto en español,
La alfabeto en español.
that doesn't have a sound. It doesn't have a sound. It's mute. I call it, many people call it the mute H because it doesn't have a sound. So if it was all the story about this letter, then I'll be done now. Okay, it doesn't have a sound. Okay, then I'll go home and cry. And I don't have anything to teach you. But guess what? Well, I have something to teach you because there are a few examples. And also because there are some parts of the history of this letter that make it mute. You know, it's not mute just because just from one day to another, it became mute. It's mute because of history, it's mute because of the words, it's mute because the letters come from different languages, etc. So let's start. Now, we know now, because I just gave you the secret, that the H, la H, en español, tiene sonido. No sound. We don't pronounce the H. It doesn't have a sound. You see how, for example, I say, Mama, tengo hambre. All those letters have a sound. But when I say tengo hambre, that word starts with an H.
Tengo hambre.
And I'm not saying tengo hambre.
Hambre.
Tengo hambre.
Tengo hambre.
Because that's the only letter in Spanish that doesn't have a sound. And here, there are many, many words. I looked for you, words that I like, words that are useful, that even though have an H, you'll see it doesn't sound. And you may think, oh, why is it there? Well, we'll see why. And then here, we have some 3 words. Maybe there are more, for sure there are more, but very few words that are written with an H. And they have a sound. What we're going to see is that these words come from other languages. And these words, even though come from other languages, the languages where they come from have been, these words have been adopted from years and years and years and years of history of language. So let's start. Let's start with the words that have an H, but it doesn't have a sound. Let's start. And first word for the H, I wrote here an H, mayúscula, capital, we call it mayúscula.
Mayúscula.
Minúscula.
Minúscula.
No, lowercase, capital, lowercase.
Muscula.
Y minúscula. Same
Y
thing.
minúscula.
When I say hola,
Hola.
welcome to Butterfly Spanish. Or like, okay, yeah, I already said that. But when I say hola, I don't say hola.
Hola.
I say hola. Even
Hola.
though if you write it, you're
Hermoso.
going to write it with an H.
Hermano.
If you don't write it with an H, what are you going to say?
Historia.
Wave.
Ilio.
You see, when like
Ilio.
like hola. But if I say hola,
Yellow.
hola,
O yellow.
different. Hola. Now I'm going to say hermoso
Hector.
or hermosa.
Hermoso.
For example, someone of you wrote, México es hermoso.
México es hermoso.
Mexico es hermoso, because then you would be wrong.
México es hermoso.
Even though it's hermoso, you don't pronounce hermoso.
The H.
You said
So,
hermoso.
México
And you might be wrong.
es hermoso.
But let's hope everything is hermoso. Hermano. Now, this is
Hermano.
because a lot of my students, they say, oh, sí, tengo un hermano. Mi hermano.
Tengo un hermano. No, amigo. Hermano.
Sister. Hermano.
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 Hermana.
Hermano or hermana.
Yellow.
Yellow.
The cubes of ice. Yellow.
Yellow.
Ice. Yellow.
Yellow.
Hector.
Hector.
My brother's name is Hector.
My brother.
Yes.
My
Hector.
brother.
And
Mi
maybe you remember
hermano.
Troy, right? Well, the history too. Maybe
Name is
you
Hector.
read the Ulysses and everything. Like when Brad Pitt
Hotel.
says, Hector! Hector!
Hector.
Hector! Brad Pitt wants to kill Hector because he killed his cousin Patroclus, right? Well, my brother's name is Hector, but because my mother gave him that name in Spanish.
In Spanish.
I guess I know in a judge or something where you like give names to your sons or something. It's Hector.
Hector.
Hector, as
Hector.
Brad Pitt called his enemy. Hector.
Hector.
Okay, so now you remember. If you meet a person whose name is
Hector. Hector.
Hector, not
Hector.
Hector. now my R
Hector.
is changing. Oh, I'm becoming more English. Hector.
Hector.
Hotel.
Hotel.
Hotel. Now,
Hotel.
this could be tricky, right? Just as historia.
Historia.
Because if you say it in English, you're going to say history.
History.
If you say hotel, you're going to say
Hotel.
So because they are so similar, in this case the same, you're going to think, oh, it's the same. It's a mira,
No.
hotel.
Mira,
No, but
un hotel.
Like, oh, no, I learned.
No, amiga.
Then you're not going to say,
Mira, hotel.
Hay un hotel.
Hay un
not going to
hotel.
say, oh, mira,
Oh, mira,
hotel.
hay un hotel.
Right?
No.
Because the H
Mira, hay un hotel.
Very good. And I read that this word comes from French, huh? interesting. I haven't read a lot, but I'm going to, and I'll tell you more about it. Now, this heroin, right? Like the Breaking Bad series, I haven't watched, but they do something like that, I think, right? Like they do like, oh, I don't know, some drugs or something. So heroin, I say?
Heroin.
Heroína.
Heroína.
Huella. Huella is
Huella.
either footprint or fingerprint, but I didn't have space, so I said, no, I'm just going to tell you.
Huella.
Footprint or fingerprint.
Huella.
So, for example, if you're going hunting, that I hope you want, right? You won't go hunting, but in the case, in the imaginary case,
Huella.
You have to follow the footprints from like the animal you're looking for. I don't even know why I'm saying this because I'm just completely against it. But just to give you an example, huellas, right? Las huellas. So, nanita, you run. No, I would go like, and go back right away. I will go back to my house. Hazaña.
Asana.
We don't say hazaña.
Hazaña. You say Astana.
Not a very common word because hazaña is usually, you know,
Yo necesito Asana
heroes.
in Julio.
Superheroes have hazañas, like adventures, achievements that are full of enjoyment or full of adventures. Like they get something through different problems they encounter. Hazañas.
Asana.
Huracán. Now,
Huracán.
in the Gulf.
Grande huracán in Florida.
So many huracanes.
Huracanes.
Once I went to a town and a hurricane had just passed
and huracana
because
or
it's the coast.
huracana.
Remember New Orleans, Katrina, all those hurricanes too.
Huracana.
Happened in the world. Say huracanes.
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 Huracanes. Huracanes. The huracanes, amigo.
Huérfano o huérfana. So huérfano is
huérfano.
A boy,
Huérfano.
a male
Oh,
person
tu
who
huérfano, amigo.
A mother or a father. And huérfana is a
Huérfano,
female.
amigo.
Huérfano or huérfana. For example, my father died when I was 8. I was huérfana at the age of 8. Very good.
Huérfana.
Humiliate, humillar. Oh,
Humiliate.
That's not a very nice word.
Humiliate.
But, a lot of people do it to other people. They humillan.
Humiliar.
For example,
humiliar.
A la gente.
Humillar.
Like to humiliate other people to feel like superior, to feel like they are something special.
Wait, how do you say that one again?
Right? So I hope some people, they like to humiliate other people to feel like humillan. I was huérfana at the age
huérfana.
of 8. Very good. Humiliate, humillar. Oh, that's
humillar.
A very nice word. But a lot of people
humillar
to other people. They
humillar.
Humillan a otros. For example,
humillar.
A la gente, some people, they like to humiliate other people to feel like superior, to feel like they are something special, something like privileged, right? So I hope you're not like that, because I'm teaching you that is not a nice thing to do. Humillar, to humiliate someone. I like this word, especially today. Humor, right?
Humor.
It would be more like mood, like good mood, bad mood, not bad humor. Maybe that too, bad humor. It doesn't have very, like, I have some friends that have terrible humor, like, horrible, like you want to pull your hair out. Por ejemplo, hoy estoy de buen humor.
Shout out to my dog Vivo, man. He turning up right now, bro.
A veces me pongo de mal humor. A veces me pongo de mal humor. But most likely, or more often, I'm in a good mood. Estoy de buen humor. Muy bien.
Our time gonna be soon, bro.
Estoy de mal humor. Now, you have two very good phrases.
Humor.
I am.
Estoy de buen humor.
Estoy
de
mal humor. I am. I'm in a
Estoy
de buen humor.
De buen humor. Oye, estoy de buen humor. Estoy de buen humor, amigo. Sí. Estoy de buen humor, amigo.
In a bad mood.
Estoy de mal humor. Oh, amigo, estoy de buen humor.
Two excellent phrases to
Estoy de
tell your
mal
colleagues
humor.
maybe or your friends. No me hables hoy porque estoy de mal humor. Don't talk to me today.
No, amiga, yo estoy de buen humor.
De buen humor. Hoy estoy de buen humor.
De buen humor, amigo.
Qué bueno. Muy bien. To speak, hablar. Now when I say yo hablo español, muy bien, I'm not going to say yo hablo español muy bien because that's very incorrect. That's like no native speaker would say that. Yo hablo inglés.
Yo habla inglés.
Yo no hablo francés. Yo hablo español.
Yo habla español.
I look like Pimsleur or like something like that. Yo no. Habitar, to inhabit.
Habitar.
Usually we in Spanish this verb is used for animals like the habitat, not very often for people. Habitar.
Habitar.
To boil. Hervir.
Hervir.
For example, this morning I boiled some eggs. Herví unos huevos para comer huevos duros. Very good. Very healthy. Huir, to flee.
Huir.
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 How do you say it? Huir.
Huir.
Huir. No. Huir. No.
Huir. No. Huir.
Very good. Just remember the difference
between
these two vowels. Huir.
Huir.
Oh, and one of my favorite. Cacahuate. In some countries.
Cacahuate. Cacahuate. Cacahuate.
Mani.
Cacahuate.
Mani. Oh, many. I wrote many. Mani.
Cacahuate.
With an accent mark. M-A-N-I. With an accent mark. Mani. In Mexico, we call it cacahuate.
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 Por ejemplo, esta semana, this week, I made dulce de cacahuate, peanut candy, right? Dulce de cacahuate. Now, if you see the difference from the words we have seen so far, is that the H is in the middle. Still, do you see? I say caca, and I jump to the U. Wate.
Wate.
This is like for my tongue, it's invisible. For my eyes, I see it. But I know, oh, that letter, H, in Spanish, doesn't have a sound. So I jump it. Okay, I skip it. I ignore it. I pretend it's not there. Right? When you see someone and you don't want to say hi, how do you do it? Right? You do that to the H.
Cacahuate.
Of a word. Marijuana.
Marijuana.
We don't say marijuana. Some people say marijuana, actually. But, you know...
Mariana.
Marijuana.
Marijuana.
Pronounce the H.
Marijuana.
People who says marijuana, it's like they put a G or something like that.
Marijuana. Marijuana?
This is a correct way to say it, so you can use that.
Marijuana.
Inhale or exhale. I didn't write it because you know how to write that in English. I don't have to tell you that, right? Because you're very smart. Inhale, exhale. Now, in English, I say inhale, right?
Inhale.
There's like a sound there.
Hello.
Cuando digo inhalar,
inhalar.
I do not pronounce
Inhalar.
H.
Inhalar.
Because I'm pronouncing it in
Mariana.
Spanish.
Marijuana.
Very close.
Marijuana. Cacachu.
Very good.
Cacachua. Exhalar.
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 In cacahuate. Or in
Cacahuate. Cacahuate. Marijuana. Inhala. Inhala.
Rehén, hostage.
Exhalar.
Action movies, they're like always hostages. Right? Rehén.
Rehén.
Again, I don't say rehén. No, I said rehén. Like a double E. Rehén. Rehén. Okay. Zanahoria. ¿Qué es?
Zanahoria.
Zanahorias.
Zanahorias.
Muy sanas.
Muy zanahoria.
Carrots. Zanahorias.
Zanahorias.
Saying zanahorias.
Zanahorias.
I've never heard that, in fact. most people it's quite
cacachuta,
simple
cacachute,
to know that
marijuana,
the H is not pronounced. So it's
inhala, exhala,
now we go to almohada.
almohada,
Now I'm very, very particular with pillows.
almohada,
Almohada means
almohada.
to be soft and not too high, etc. Almohada. It's kind of a luxury thing, right? Oh, very interesting. A lot of words from Spanish, for example, that have to do with luxury came from Arabic. And so almohada, alhaja, like jewel, joyas, we say it to alhaja.
Joya,
But besides the H there that comes from Arabic words, a lot of words that start with AL in Spanish. Alfombra, carpet. Alcoba, it's like a...
coba,
Alcoba is like where you come out like a... I forgot the name in English, but when you come out and see from your balcony, it's like a balcony. Come from Arabic too. As others come from Greek, we'll see here they come from Greek. Many come from Latin. We're going to see that too. Almohada, right? Pillow.
almohada.
Oh, one of my favorite things, not because it's useful, I just wanted to tell you why. Because aleli, it could be written with H or without an H. Aleli, it's a flower.
Aleli,
I'm telling you, this
aleli,
is one of my favorite songs. It's
aleli.
Lindo capullo de
Li
alelí.
toca
Si
la
tú supieras mi dolor,
seteruros,
a mi amor.
sane
I'm
mi
not going to tell you
amor.
the whole song, but that is a flower. And the singer is talking about like a cocoon
Alali,
flower.
alali,
And he's asking, if you known my pain, you would correspond to my love,
hipopótamo,
and you will come down
hipopótamo,
my
horoscope.
suffering. Oh, very romantic. Very good, Aleli. You don't need that word.
Chicas, te amo, horoscopes.
If I'm teaching
Mucho chicas,
oh, hipopótamo. Now, for example,
mucho chicas,
historia,
te amo,
historia,
horoscope.
history, hotel.
Mucho chicas,
And
te amo,
hipopótamo,
horoscopes.
as a Spanish native speaker, one of my frequent mistakes were say, oh, I like history. You know, when I started studying English. Why? Because we do not pronounce the H. In English, the H has a sound. So that's why there's a mix between languages, right? Like, for me, it was like, oh, yeah, history. Right? Same here. I always say hippo. Before I used to say hippo, because in Spanish we say hipopótamo.
Hipopótamo.
Super
Hipopótamo.
fat animal. Hipopótamo. El horóscopo.
Horoscopo.
Again.
Horoscopo.
Silent H. Horóscopo. Now I'm Libra. What are you? But not very into that. But, when you read your horoscopo, oh, today you'll be happy. Oh, today you'll find someone who you really like, and all that stuff, right? I can read with eyes closed. Horóscopo. Hepatitis. It's an illness.
Hepatitis.
Probably if you go to Mexico and you live in the States or Canada or the UK, what does the doctor say? Oh, you gotta take the hepatitis vaccine. You cannot go to those places just like that. You can't get some illnesses there. Everybody's infected there. Everybody has that hepatitis. Not really.
Hepatitis.
But I guess it's healthy to get it. I never get a shot of hepatitis, and I don't have that. My friends are Mexicans. They don't have that either. But, in countries like are developed, they said the others have hepatitis, so you might get a shot. That's where you hear that
hepatitis.
Word, esa palabra. Now, many words that are written start with H. Hepatitis, they come from Greek, right? From like all those doctors who study medicine, like the first research, the first ideas of medicine, they start with H. In Spanish, we were not going to pronounce it, but in English they do. So just be careful when it comes to those like illnesses. Don't pronounce the H, because you're going to be speaking in Spanish. Very good. Now, we got to one that is funny, right? Hamburguesa. Many people say hamburguesa.
Hamburguesa.
No, I know it was an English-speaking creation. It was probably.
Hamburguesa.
Sure. It is hamburger, but we don't say hamburger. We say
En español,
without the H.
hamburguesa.
As if it had the A to start, right? So the H you're going to ignore it.
Hamburguesa.
Hachís, right? All those
Hachís.
like Baudelaire, and they like to smoke that to write poems and all that stuff, right? They smoke hachís. I think
Hachís.
in English you say hachís or something like that. But here I'm saying that
Hachís.
I'm pronouncing it as if in Spanish I would be using a J. Hachís.
Hachís.
Right? Hawaii. Same thing. I'm pronouncing the H.
Hawaii.
As if in Spanish I would be listening to a J. Hawaii. Hitler.
Hitler.
Right? We don't say Hitler. We say Hitler too.
Hitler.
You're going to read a speech about Hitler in your classroom. You're going to pronounce the H. Oh, now I remember something. When I was in high school, I was Ho Chi Minh. Because in history class, I have to like pick a character and here and there. And I was Ho Chi Minh, and I pronounce the H, right? Even though it's Vietnamese, I say, oh yeah, I'm Ho Chi Minh. So Ho Chi Minh. So you pronounce the H. Now, what happened here? Like, why is all this story about, oh yeah, I have a bunch of words and you just pronounce them and it's silent? Well, what I'm going to tell you is, if you compare these words, right, all these words I wrote here, which have different ancestors, which come from different languages and are part of the Spanish vocabulary, and some of them are just particularly Spanish. And you compare to this, that I'm saying, yes, here you pronounce the H, here you don't. And you see how many, in how many words you didn't pronounce the H, and how many words you pronounce the H. Now, what's the conclusion? Yes, 99.3757% of the time, you are not going to pronounce the H. Because as I said in the beginning, the H
is silent.
Is H muda, doesn't have a sound. In the rest of the 99.375%, you are
Hawaii,
but
Hitler.
those words are going to tell you right away, this word is pronounced with the H, like with the
Hippopotamus,
you know,
horoscope,
or a word that comes from a different language,
hepatitis,
temporary, or
hamburguesa,
adopted in a way that it didn't lose the
hamburguesa,
example. Now, if, for example,
Hector, hotel,
I'll give you one that I didn't write.
Julia,
very related, but home run.
Azana, marihuana.
It transferred as home.
Bueno para tú, amigo. Marihuana bueno para tú.
Well, because as I said, the H
Mucho marihuana para y me para yo
in Spanish. So
hoy.
Home run became honron. And highball, you know, like when you have a highball, un highballito joven, un highball, it's also like that, high ball, right? Very good. High ball and honron. Very good. Well, me gustan las hamburguesas.
Me gustan las hamburguesas. Me gustan las hamburguesas. UA, UE, UI.
In the middle, like cacahuate.
Cacahuate.
Many words that start with IA,
IE
are going to have an H very often. And the ones that start with or E. And these ones are because they usually come from Greek or from Latin directly. Now, this is a trick just to write it, right? But more often, because you now know that the H is silent, when you read something, you're not going to pronounce it 99% of the time. But when you have a question, you do have to go and look up in the dictionary.
In the dictionary.
Something like that, because it's not easy to see, oh, am I going to write an H? Well, you have to look it up. Now, if you are reading it and you're looking at it, then you know the H is silent. And basically, I wrote this lesson because many of you compare this or find an English equivalent right away because the words are very similar. So you in English, like English speakers, tend to pronounce it. But you have to forget that. From now on, you're going to know the H in Spanish
The
does
H
not
is
have a sound.
silent.
No tiene sonido.
No
Por eso,
tienes.
that's why we call it, le llamamos
Le
la
momanos.
H
La
muda,
H
the middle
mora.
H. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you like
Sí,
to send me a
amiga.
comment or some examples, I will be glad to read them and reply. If you like my channel, subscribe to my channel and
Yo te amo.
Learn a language with
YouTube,
clickable
amiga.
subtitles. Choose from hundreds of foreign TV shows.
hola queridos amigos, ¿cómo
Hola,
están? Muy bien.
amiga.
Yo
Muy
también.
bien. ¿Y
Vamos a
tú?
celebrar que todos estamos bien. En la clase de hoy vamos a hablar sobre la letra X.
X.
La letra X.
La reta X.
En español.
En
La
español,
X.
la
¿Y
X.
por qué vamos a hablar de la X? Bueno, porque
Bueno.
la X en español tiene muchos sonidos. A veces suena como x, y a veces como s, y a veces como entonces, vamos a ver cómo podemos analizar los sonidos de la X. Muy bien. A veces
Muy bien.
A veces como s, a veces como muy bien. Perfecto.
Perfecto.
Before I forget, please go to my other videos and check out my other letters. I have a video about the G, the J, the C, the Z, the S.
The S.
So many letters in the alphabet in Spanish. Don't forget it. If you already watched them, well, watch them again. Because maybe your Spanish got soft now. So you gotta freshen it up. It's so fresh.
Okay, amiga. Gracias, amiga.
I'm feeling fresh in Spanish. Muy bien. Let's talk
Muy
about
bien.
la X. Before I go to explain to you the different sounds.
Hola, amigo.
Like the different sounds of the X in Spanish, I wanted to tell you two phrases that are common nowadays. When you are asking someone, how like do you like?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Like, for example, I asked my niece Carol. Carol, ¿te cae bien esa chica? Like esa muchacha.
Carlos, dame la chica.
Carol, does that woman?
Carlos, does la chica?
Do you like that woman? I asked. ¿Te cae bien esa chica? Y Carol me contestó, X.
X,
Like
X.
X. She's like, oh, X. It's like,
Oh, X.
she doesn't, like, I don't like her, I don't dislike her, she's just.
Oh,
whatever.
X.
Right? Because my niece is very like that. So it's like X.
X.
So X, when you say
X.
it means like you don't really bother. Like, yeah, no, whatever.
Ay, 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 amiga.
Like when you have an error, for example, when I'm checking the exams for my students
Sí.
in the high school, they sometimes misspell the word or whatever. What do I write? X. What it means? Tache. Tache, and in Mexico, it's like tache. X is when you got the wrong answer. Because I don't want you to.
I really like to interview with Jerry. I'm currently trying to get my first deal. Any tips on getting more leads? I mean, honestly, my thing to you will be, if you're looking for leads, it will be to go on Zillow. I will go here. If you're not trying to spend money on marketing, I will go here. And then I will call these people. I will just search up a place, right? Kansas City, Missouri. And I will call all of these off-market listings right here. I will go to for sale. And I will call all of these people over here for off-market properties. Right? I'll reach out to all of them. Also, I will reach out to the on-market properties. Right? And I will go to more. And I will go to days on Zillow. And I will go to more than 90 days. And then I will start finding properties within this that's been on the market for more than 90 days, right? And after that, I will go on the for rent section, and I will reach out to all these people who have home for rent that's not listed by a company. It's just a regular landlord. So like this person right here, Melvin, I will reach out to Melvin and see if he had any other properties that were maybe vacant that he may be interested in selling. And then after that, once you went through all of those leads, I will probably come to Craigslist. Craigslist.com. Come over here. Type in Kansas City, Missouri. Choose this location. And I'll click on housing. And I'll just come over here and see what I can find over here. Some people might have housing for sale listed on Zillow. Yeah, but I mean on Craigslist, but not right now. Oh wait, this is independence only. I don't know why I did independence only. Hold up. Kansas City, Missouri. Housing. Alright, yeah, so this give me way more. Let's see if we can find like a good example. Oh yeah, that's still nothing. So yeah, there's nothing in this market on Zillow. Let's look up St. Louis. Let's go on St. Louis. Let's see. Oh, they got this property. Okay, that's a remodeled home. That's a remodeled home. I mean, you could come through here. Oh, look at this. No, that's remodeled. Okay, here we go. Here's a good lead. Homeowner financing. Does need to be moved. Double wide. This is for sale. So you can come here and get that phone number. All you would do to get a phone number is go here, press reply. Oh, well, they only have an email, so you could just email them. But let's keep going. Yeah, let's see about this. Okay, you could probably reach out to this person, see if he have any other properties for sale. But I mean, that's really the only free ways that I got to get leads. And other than that, the only free way you can get leads will be to JV. JV. You have to reach out to somebody who already has a contract and basically just split 50-50 with them the profit if you can bring a buyer to the table.
To get the wrong answer when you do the quiz about the X or when you are pronouncing the word, then you have to pay attention because I don't want to put you a tache. I want to put you a palomita, no tache. Muy bien, vamos a empezar con la clase. El primer sonido que te voy a explicar.
I'm going to be live for 6 hours tomorrow, so if you want to learn anything about real estate, come tomorrow. I'm going to be live for 6 hours.
Es de X. Now, you're going to be like a detective, really. You're going to find clues in order to figure out what the sound is. Very well then.
Right now it's 4 hours for just Spanish.
I got you some clues, so I help you to get the right sound. Very well. X, X, K plus S. X. For example, éxito. Axila. Éxito is success. Axila. Armpit.
Axila.
Axila. Mi axila. My armpit. Exigir.
Exigir.
Exigir. Exagerar.
Extalayar.
the key here is that you're going to see that there is a vowel hugging the X. Vowel, 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 vowel. What's the clue then? When the X is between vowels, A, E, I, O, U.
A, E, I, O, U.
A, E, I, O, U.
U.
Las vocales, el burro sabe más que tú. You're going to pronounce, the sound is going to be the X. Sometimes, because we speak fast.
Kisla. Kisgar.
You know, amongst native speakers,
Kisgargar.
Muy bien. You're going to sound maybe like like
Kisla.
Éxito, like egg, like an egg. But really, the proper sound is éxito, like the
Éxito.
plus the S. Éxito.
Éxito.
Exilia.
Exigar.
Is between the vowels.
Exgirgar.
To pronounce it like
Éxito.
Second scenario.
Exilia.
When the X is at the end of the word. At the end.
Climax. Max.
Listen to me. Don't take this for granted because I'm going to confuse you in a little bit, so pay attention. When the X is located at the end of the word.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to talk to at least like 400 people to get a deal. If you only talk to like you gotta write down how many good conversations that you having with everybody. Cause just say for instance, if you only talking to like 5 people a day, you're not gonna get a deal. You probably need to talk to about 20 people a day, making 20 offers a day, every day, to get a deal. Cause I cold call every day from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And I've only done 3 deals so far. So unless you got like a lot of money for like direct marketing, if you want to get a deal, you're gonna have to. Well, it really depends. It really depends because really it depends on what market you on. You don't want to start calling before if wherever you're calling, you don't want to start calling before 12 p.m. I mean, you can start calling at 10, but that's only real estate agents. If you're going to call for sale by owner, I wouldn't start until 12 p.m. 12 p.m. But yeah, so just say for instance you're calling one day out the week and the rest of the week you don't call. Oh yeah, you're not gonna get it. You're gonna have to do a lot more work.
You're going to pronounce it like same. X, K plus S. X. Por ejemplo, clímax, unisex o relax.
Unisex.
Sí, este es un anglicismo. It's an English word that got into Spanish, so now you can find it in the dictionary and you pronounce it relax. Muy bien. Unisex.
Unisex.
Por ejemplo, en México, si vas caminando,
Uniméxico.
Estética unisex. That means
Estética.
for men and women. So you say everywhere, estética unisex.
Estética unisex.
Like only peluquería, maybe only for men. Peluquería.
Peluquería.
For women, but estética unisex for both. Muy bien. Clímax, unisex, relax.
Clímax, unisex, relax.
At the end of the word. Al final de la palabra. Porque la X
Atirama apiana.
Y aquí, porque la X está entre vocales. La X abraza 2 vocales.
Los cosplares.
Whatever.
Like,
hey, what's up, girls?
Éxito.
Like
Asilia.
At the end. Muy bien. Vamos a seguir.
Excigar.
This is a very tricky one.
Exagerar.
En posición final de sílaba.
En posición final de sílaba. Sílaba.
Y palabra. 2 different things. This is a palabra. This is the end. But here we're going to see sílaba.
Sílaba.
In Spanish, the
sílaba
has 3 syllables. 3 sílabas.
How long have you been wholesaling? 4 months. 4 months I've been wholesaling.
Okay?
4 months I've been wholesaling.
You're going to separate syllables in Spanish, usually with a vowel and a consonant. Always a vowel and a consonant.
I sold 2 deals.
Sometimes there are parts where there are 2 vowels and a consonant. Well,
I've been wholesaling for 4 months and I sold 2 deals.
You can see that with my other videos. But a syllable is a vowel and a
It's
consonant.
possible.
So when I'm saying you're going to, the sound of the X is going to be affected by the way how a syllable ends, I mean that when I say excombatiente,
Excombatiente. Excombatiente.
Now you want to learn how to separate syllables in order to put the accent marks, for example. When you are learning to use accents, you need to separate syllables properly before even you learn how to put accents. So if you're interested in that, you may want to watch my other videos about that topic. But here I'm going to give you like a quick introduction. Excombatiente. 5 syllables. But it says en posición final de sílaba. That means the first syllable has an X because here you're going to have 2 consonants. 2 consonants in Spanish cannot be 1 syllable.
Yeah, both on market. Both on market.
Split. In a syllable, 2 consonants do not get along. They hate each other.
I never did an off-market property before.
They got to separate, right? So you have here 2 consonants. You have to separate them. So then you're going to get the sound
Excombatiente. Expulsar. Mixto.
See, you have consonant, we have to separate it. We have consonants, we have to separate it.
We have to separate it.
For example,
Exconvienta, expulsar, expulsar, expulsar.
Because
Mix.
to another consonant.
Mixto.
We have to separate it. So it's going to be pronounced like x, excombatiente. Mixto. When you say, quiero una ensalada mixta. Like a mixed salad. Quiero una ensalada mixta. El excombatiente regresó al país. The excombatant returned to the country. They expelled somebody from a country. Expulsaron a una persona de del país. Iba a ser de la ciudad. Muy bien. And it's the same.
Telling you, bro. If you want to do a deal, man, you just have to put in work. That's it. Did you provide proof of funds on or before the inspection? Before the inspection.
Tlaxcala. It's a state in Mexico. Tlaxcala. The same. We're going to separate it. Right? Because it's like
always before the inspection. If you want a proof of funds, just come right here. Free proof of funds. Best transaction funding. Give a free proof of funds. Right there. Just say you want a proof of funds. Just say, for instance, you want proof of funds. Hold up.
The connected devices in your home protected from what?
Alright. I'm going to show you how to get a proof of funds. Let me just wait for this. So just say we need an address. Just say this address right here. Alright, so let's get a proof of funds for this house right here. So you gonna come over. You gonna come over here. Put. You gonna get the address. You got the address, right? Come over here. Enter your company name if you have one. If you don't have one, if you don't have a company name, then you straight. You could just sign it with your regular name. But I got a company, so I'll sign it with my company. Now I'll just sign it with my regular name. Put in your phone number. Alright, put in your email address. Make sure your email address is correct. Come over here. Now you want to start putting in your address. And then you want to come to Missouri. Alright, what's the zip code? 64132. Your offer, just say you're offering 100,000. And you only want to include your name. Accept this. I don't want to remain. Hold up. And if you don't have a company name, you can just put your name. I'm gonna just put my name. Alright. Now, come to your Gmail. Boom, it's right there. Proof of funds. It's that easy. That's how you get a proof of funds in like 3 seconds. That's how you get a proof of funds in like 3 seconds.
We cannot hug the next consonant, so you have to have the sound Tlaxcala. Tlaxcales is like something my mom makes, like kind of like a little dough, very delicious. Anyway, but we're not talking about that. Now, we're going to go to a different scenario. And it's different because we're not going to have the sunny side X. No, we're not going to have the sunny side X. We're going to have the S, the sound S. So when the X has an S sound is where the X is placed at the beginning of the word. I was going to say at the initial of the word. En el inicio de la palabra, al comienzo de la palabra, in the beginning of the word. So you're not going to say xilófono, xenophobia, xerox.
No, xilófono.
It sounds artificial, right? Like, why? Well, basically because Spanish doesn't really have like those starting of the words. Like you never hear that, right? Like it's always one sound. So you will say, when it's in the beginning of the word, you're going to have the sound S. Xilófono.
Xilófono.
No, I have 3 words, right? Xilófono, xenophobia, y xerox.
Xenophobia.
This is funny. Well, xilófono, xenofobia. You go to the Spanish dictionary. Si vas al diccionario en español, you're gonna say how many words start with X. It's rare. We have so few words that start with X. It's uncommon, and it comes from Greek or Latin. But, for example, xilófono, do you know what a xilófono is?
I mean, you can, yeah, man. I mean, the deals I did, I didn't use any money on the deals I did. Not one drop of money.
It's like this percussion instrument. Ding, ding,
Not one drop of money.
Ding, ding, ding. In Yucatan, if you go to Yucatan in Mexico, there is an instrument called marimba, and I love marimba. And it's like usually 1 or 2 guys like playing this percussion, like ding, 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 ding. So it's similar to the xilófono. You can Google it, xilófono, marimba. Marimba, I like the sound. Xilófono is a bit different, but it's kind of a like
xilófono.
Cousins, like those English cousins, like they married into like in the past, right? Like the queens, like they married in families. It's like that closes the xilófono and the marimba. Put it that way. It's like your first cousin. Muy bien. Now Xerox, that's impossible, right? But I know it's like Xerox is the photocopier. But really, it's like if you think about Xerox, you can master 2 rules in one word because it's at the end of the word, like Xerox, and at the beginning of the word, like Xerox. So think about the photo. When you're making a copy, things, oh, the X sound. Yes, the X sound in Spanish. So, for example, tomorrow I'm going to go to work, make a photocopy, and say, oh, yeah, yesterday I took I taught the X sound, and it's like Xerox, because this photocopy should even get, like, donation for Xerox for being promoting it. Anyway, my friend Brian works at Xerox. Xerox, same. Muy bien, so we have covered X and S. Now, we're going to
climax.
Unisex belongs to here, okay? Don't get confused. Xochitepec, I put Sochi.
Sochi.
I forgot to give you this example. I put Sochi.
Sochi.
Xochitepec, Xochimilco.
Xochimilco.
Me pregunto si has ido a la Ciudad de México, y si fuiste a la Ciudad de México, probablemente fuiste a Xochimilco. Xochimilco, where you have those, like, little canoes, and you get the ding, like the music, and everybody's like really drunk, and the canoes are about to collapse, but they are all like, they don't even realize that. And that's where, like, a lot of tourists go when they go to Mexico City, right? Like, they really have fun.
What made you want to learn Spanish? I can speak and understand Spanish, but I'm not fluent. Well, really, I mean, when I travel, I want to learn other languages. Like, I want to be fluent in every, like, at least 5 or 6 languages. I feel like if you know multiple languages, that's way better. And also, another thing about me is anything that comes to my head and I see it, like, I would want to learn how to do it. So just say, like playing a guitar. I want to learn how to play a guitar. I want to learn how to play a piano. I want to learn how to golf. I want to learn how to paint. I want to learn how to do taekwondo. I want to learn how to do karate. I want to learn how to do, I don't know, it's just a whole lot of stuff I want to learn how to do. I want to learn how to knit. You know, I learned how to do a backflip. You know, so just goals that I set myself that I don't know, that's bettering me, bettering myself.
But it's like really contaminated.
But yeah, man, you should really just look into picking a couple goals, small goals, big goals, and just accomplishing them.
To the water. But nobody takes a shower. Unless they are too drunk and just, like, they fall, which has happened. Muy bien. But Xochitepec or Xochimilco. Unlike Xochimilco, Xochitepec, close to where I am from, it's a little pretty town. The mountains on the outskirts. Really nice. I used to go to buy corn in the cup. Anyway, that's a personal thing. Seguimos. So it's the S.
Pick at least 5 goals.
Al final de la palabra. Ahora, vamos a ver. Don't think that this world is so easy. It's complicated. It gets complicated. And why? Well, first, I'm going to tell you. There are some exceptions. But even though they are exceptions, they make sense. Oh, yeah, they make sense. Por ejemplo, expectativa. Oh,
Expectativa. Expectativa.
Se escribe con X.
Expectativa.
Con S.
Espectador.
Anna, you just told us that if it's another consonant
here,
then you have to put the X. Well, this is an exception.
Espectador.
It makes sense because
Espectador.
this comes from a Latin word, and this comes from expectare.
Expectave.
Expecting something. Great expectations. Expectare. This doesn't come from the same root. This evolved from a different word. Spectare.
Expectave.
The person who was looking at it. So it's like to look.
To look.
Was mirar.
Mirar.
right? And this was expectare.
Expectare.
Origins. That's why now
You got 10 minutes left.
it's different because they have different origins. So they evolve differently. So espectador, same.
Exactly. And you should have monthly goals. Monthly goals that you accomplish. Make sure you set some monthly goals. I'm telling you.
Espléndido.
It's good, and make sure you're accomplishing those goals.
With S.
You should be accomplishing you should be accomplishing goals every month. 5 a month, 60 a year.
A lot of people
Even if that's a goal just to save $50, you know, that's a goal.
no es con X, es con S.
Any goal.
Ahora,
Work out 10 minutes a day for 30 days. That's a goal.
Come from Latin or from Greek. So I wrote a few of prefixed, which means like the syllables that are in the beginning of a word, prefijos, ex, extra, ex, maxi. Por ejemplo, exacto, extracurricular, hexágono, maxifalda, like maxi skirt,
and maxi skirt.
Flex,
flexible,
léxico,
léxico,
oxígeno,
oxígeno, sexenio,
for example, sexenio.
sexenio.
En México, el presidente cambia
In
cada
Mexico,
cada sexenio.
and make sure when you're writing down your dreams, you dream big for your long-term goals. I got a goal. I want to learn how to make $1 million every 90 days. That's the goal.
6 años. Tax, el impuesto, la tasa, taxi, por ejemplo. An interesting origin anyway. Maybe I'll tell you in a different lesson. Now, speaking of origin, now you're going to tell me, oh, but you
Mexico,
told us
Oaxaca,
between vowels is the sound is going to
Oaxaca,
in your own country. It's
Texas,
vowels, an E and an I, una E y una I. And I hear you say México, México lindo y querido. Sí.
Bro, congratulations, bro. Yo, that is a goal of mine, bro, to dunk. Literally, that's a goal of mine. Learning how to dunk, bro. I want to dunk, bro. Congratulations, bro. That boy dunked. That boy dunked, bro. Congratulations, man. That's something I want to do so bad. Look.
Muero lejos de ti. México, Oaxaca, Texas, Oaxaca. A mí me encanta Oaxaca, pero nunca.
Also, oh yeah, I want to learn how to do this.
Yo soy de México. Entonces puedo decir, yo soy mexicana.
Spin
Me
them
gustaría vivir en Texas, pero vivo en Oaxaca. And that's a different sound, right? Yeah, it is not an X and it is not an X. Yo soy mexicana.
Yo soy mexicana.
En Texas, pero vivo en Oaxaca.
Texas.
And that's a different sound, right? Yeah, it is not an X and it is not an S. It is a kind of a J in Spanish, like if you want to put it in English, it's like the H, right?
H.
México.
Mexico.
Oaxaca, Texas. And
Oaxaca.
Because we preserve the ancient way of
Texas.
them. That's it. These are historical words, so we keep them as they are. Mexico, it's also correct to spell it with a J. Yeah, some people.
Bro, again, bro, congratulations on dunking, man. A lot of people can't dunk. Like a lot.
And that's correct. But as a Mexican, this spelling is part of your history, but part of your identity. And I think it happens the same with Texas and Oaxaca. They are part of the history. They are part of the antique value that this letter had. So it was written like that. Now it's still written like that, even though it doesn't fit with our rules or our conclusions we try to draw to learn a language. So just don't forget, if you want to be like a Mexicano or you want to be friends, like then you spell it with an X, although with the J is also correct, and so on and so forth. Mexico, Oaxaca, Texas. So they conserve the history, right? Like the ancient value. Don't forget, in the past, many years ago, the X used to be pronounced as sh. So it would be like Mexico, right?
Mexico.
The Mexicas.
And
Mexicas,
Mexicas.
that ancient culture, Mexicas. So it came Mexico.
Exactly, bro. That's good, man. I'm 5'11". I think I'm about 6'2". I'm 5'11". Last time I got my height check, I was 5'11". Last time I got my height check. So I don't know. I think I'm 6 foot now.
But the X changed its
Pretty sure I'm 6 foot.
pronunciation throughout the years. So it evolved in a different way, but it used to be sh. Now, I wrote this nixtamal con la I. Nixtamal. Nixtamal is like the corn that they make with the
Mixtama.
calcium. Kind of like what they use to make tortillas, but the nixtamal is like the still preparing thing, right? Like when you're gonna make fresh tortillas from scratch, you put the corn, the calcium.
Thank you. Jump Attack on Amazon. This one by Tim S. Grover. This one right here. Bet. We gonna finish this video off.
A lot of things I don't forget because I buy the tortillas in la tortilleria. I don't make them myself. But I'll ask my mom how many things she puts. Nixtamal.
Which one is it? Is it this one?
Indigenous word. That's a Nahuatl word, so usually it's like nixtamal. But speaking of those indigenous words, there's some kind of tips to give you. When it's an indigenous word, a Mayan word, a Nahuatl word, you're going to say nixtamal, but when it starts, when
Nixtamal.
when the word starts with an X, especially in the Caribbean, you travel down there, you're going to see, for example, it says shelha or shkaret. So they pronounce the X as sh. And that's also kind of like the antique old value, the history. Just in nixtamal is different because it's not in the beginning. It's a special word, nixtamal. Not that you're gonna use it often. I don't see yourself making tortillas from scratch anyway. You probably buy Del Paso ones. Oh no, you probably buy in la tortillería. Solo escuincle, right?
Solo
escuincle.
escuincle.
Ese perro feo con 4 pelos.
Solo escuincle.
El solo escuincle.
Solo escuincle.
Delicious dog, so it conserved that old value of the spelling and pronunciation. So, solo escuincle, nixtamal, Texas, Oaxaca, Mexico, xcaret, xelha. And those indigenous words, you might want to think about sharks. Muy bien.
Muy bien.
My lesson. If you like my lesson, subscribe.
Okay, man.
To my channel. But not only subscribe.
We had a good day today, man. I'm going to finish this off by counting to 100. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to finish this off by counting to 100. Y'all ready? Get ready. We about to count to 100. We about to count to 100. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hold on, I gotta cut this down. 15. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 20, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 9, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 51, 57, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 89, 81, 82, 83, 84, 89, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 99, 97, 98, 99. How do you say 100 in Spanish? 100. Let me make sure.
Un montón.
Un montón. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 99, 97, 98, 99, and un monto.
Un montón.
Un montón. Un montón. Alright, guys. That was 1 through 100 in Espanol. Hey, you already know, man. I'm trying to get right, bro. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that, bro. I'm out of here.